Good morning. How are we doing today? Okay, before I start, I did upgrade to Windows 11. So, I think I got everything back, except for the bot. But, if anything looks weird, sounds weird, let me know. We'll try and get it fixed. Vegeta Biscuit, hello. We've also got Runan, Autofire, hello. Mad Scythe, Wasted Mind, Sly coming in, Scott, hello. And a Riot with that sub. Thank you so much for that sub for 42 months of support. Thank you, I appreciate it. What you up to today, Riot? Jepic, what up? How are you? How goes Power World? Vegeta says, got to start putting paint on my January challenge model today. I think things are going pretty well. Let's go. All right, today we have a sub Sunday. Matsai, thank you so much for that sub for 21 months of support. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for support. Today we have, speaking of, we have sub Sunday. We have this lovely to paint today. So this is the Disciple of the Witch. I've got her separate for painting. I did go ahead and paint her top so that Twitch knows that we're all set. She is covered, barely, but she is covered. The really fun part of this miniature is she's got a pizza box, she's got some snacks, she's got her little drink, and she also has like a little NES system here. So we have to pick out a game a little bit later. But that's all we've got. How are you guys today? So, initially, the point goal, Scott, I think counted like all subs, but this one I think is only counting new subs. So I'm trying to decide. I figured I would leave it for this one and then decide what we want to do. But thank you, I appreciate it. Or do you mean the community one? I got you. Okay, I'll just get that ready for tomorrow. I don't feel like doing that right now, but we'll get it set up. Thank you. Tony, hello. And Guy with the smile, how are we doing today? But yeah, we're gonna start. I think I want to work on her base to get started. We could get her little purple hat started. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Then we work up all the purple together. What are you guys up to today? I have pulled myself away from Pal World just long enough to stream. That's what I've been up to, is just Pal World. Pal World, Pal World, Pal World. It's been so much fun. It's a game I thought would just be a meme, but it's actually really, really good. Has anyone else been playing Pal World? The Biscuit says I have a painting project I may have questions for. What are we working on, Biscuit? What do you got? Scott's still abusing cats on Pal World? Probably. I think he was playing some Final Fantasy this morning. But, probably. Pal World might be what I'm doing right now. I wish I could join you on it. I had the thought of, like, what if we just stream Pal World? But I wasn't quite set up. And then with the Windows 11 update, I was like, I'm not gonna risk it today. We're gonna sub Sunday it up as planned. But, like, I kind of want to do a Power World stream so you guys can see, like, our base and stuff. Will, hello, how are you? This is about a statue of Himiko Toga from My Hero. Yes, with plans to clean up lines and such, prime and then repaint. Biscuit, I don't even know if you know I'm doing this. I'm doing the exact same thing with the Vegeta. I don't even know if he knew I was doing that. But he hasn't made it very far yet, so he's been reprimed, airbrushed, and I'm starting the actual details. That's as far as I could get the other week. But yeah. If you have any questions, I can do my best. I'm kind of figuring out as I go too, but that's the next thing I really want to get into. Wasted Mind, thank you so much for that sub for 42 months. Someone get the fire extinguisher for William. It's too late now. Nothing can save him now. Thank you so much. I appreciate it for all your support. Let me put her back on screen while I chat here. Covered more than some VTubers? Exactly. We should be all set today. That's literally what everyone said about the game. It's a meme. Oh my god, this is so good. It's so good. It's so good. I might have been playing some Power World, 14 hours of game time. I think I'm about that too. I know the first day I played about 7 hours straight, and yesterday was about the same. Yeah. He says, I got to play some one-page rules skirmish games today with a friend. I haven't seen in some time, so that's great. And I'm enjoying some fun painting. That's awesome. Love it. Oh, Matt Scythe, quit your job working on the January challenge. I hope everything okay, Matt Scythe. Sounds like you've got a plan there. Yeah, hope everything okay. Tipix says, I wanted to redo my base a bit, so I removed the PAL box thinking I would get the materials back from the machines that would get destroyed. I was so wrong. I also would have assumed that. Oops. Welp. I'm sorry, JPEG. That's not fun to find out the hard way. I'm sorry. Hey, that Leviathan. Yep, we got a sub Sunday, and chat decided witch. This is the Disciple of the Witch. She is one of the larger painter's scale ones. So she is a 54 mil figure instead of the regular, like, 32 mil. What you up to this weekend? Is there a way to see game time on the Xbox app? I think it's just on your profile. I think. I know I can see it. I don't remember exactly what page it's on. Or maybe if you, like, click the page with the game but don't enter it. Is there any issue with cleaning or priming? That was my biggest worry to start. And if they're not the same plastic, that's the biggest thing. I did the exact same thing I do with miniatures. So I went in with the X-Acto knife. I took the files. Sorry, Sadie is... Let me come back to the Sadie thing. I use these using Gunpla, but it does take a little bit more scrubbing just to get them. I don't think there's anything else I would change from when I cleaned them up. There's just things, I think it's learning what to look for, Biscuit. Like, after I primed, I found a spot that I had missed. So it's just looking in different places compared to, like, working with the miniatures. Was the biggest thing. But no, I use the same tools and stuff. Son of Horus, hello! Look at this filthy loot that I might have voted for. I need to read my Bible during the stream. Just to even it out. You better get reading right now, Son of Horus. How are you? Better get reading. Raven Lord, thank you so much for that sub for 35 months of support. How are you? What you up to this weekend? We're working on Sub Sunday Ludba. This chat's the best. Bat Rat, hello, how are you? Time played a day and a minute. See, there you go. I've got a couple, like... So basically I have a server that's multiplayer, and then I have another multiplayer with Scott, where... Because Scott and I have both done, like, a little bit of single player, and, like, I'm playing in another server, we cranked up, like, the XP and stuff, just because we've already done the early game stuff. So that's a fun one to, like, tinker around with when everyone else can't play, but that's basically what we're doing. Okay, now it's the time to apologize for Sadie. We were trying something that we found online to, like, help with the barking. Where it was basically you tell her to hush, and then when she's quiet, you give her a treat, right? I think they just, you know, don't consider hurting dogs with this advice, because I think she has now learned that if she barks, we tell her to hush, she gets a treat. And I think she's barking more now. I don't think they considered hurting dogs in the advice. So, if she is a little bit more talkative today, I'm very sorry. We're trying to figure it out. She's just too smart for her own good. So, I have closed my door, and I'm hoping that will help today, but we're trying to get it figured out. We may need professional help. Ferris is good. Still confused by the weird dice incident yesterday. Zinch messing with my dice. I know you posted something, but I was too busy pal worlding. So I'm sorry. I will go back and read it later. Did you sand all over or just have to clean up and then prime? I just cleaned up and then primed. I didn't sand all over, no. And I just did the Vallejo surface primer. It does take a couple... I did a gray primer, and it did take a couple coats just because the colors are so saturated on them. But otherwise, I worked it just like a mini, yeah. Have you checked for a Sadie? Oh, a BIOS update? Is that what I'm missing? Need to reinstall my Sadie drivers? That makes sense. But yeah, I think whoever's giving the advice did not consider hurting dogs. She's too smart for her own good. Okay, we're gonna get it figured out. Eventually. Alright, now that our hat is done, let's start working on her little cushion. I momentarily considered posting anti-Libra Bible verses throughout the day. I would ban you. Absolutely. Bible verses in this chat, but you banned. Get you banned. Mods, heads up. You can go ahead and swing. You'll get banned. Oh, Aaron, hello. How are you today? What you up to? We are working on our Sub Sunday project. We're gonna go right in on the little cushion, and then we've got to figure out what pizza we want, what game we want to play. I think I am gonna do our Whataburger cup to match our sip emote. So that'll be there. I do like that we can kind of see where she sits for highlighting, but that's good. It's always tough when, like, you have pieces on top of each other, but you don't know quite where they're gonna line up. I'm glad we've got the little indent here where she will be. Is anyone else doing some hobby today? What have we got, chat? Gita working on January challenge. I went and reworked the horse from the other day. So we decided to go with the American painted horse, which kind of has some variation with brown and white. So he still needs some highlights, but I think he's been really fun. Just trying something a little bit different. So I'm going to keep working on that this week. This is my stretch goal. Lucius is done. I'm trying to get him done as well. January challenge? Did we just remind you of your January challenge? Hey, Riza, welcome in. How are you? Oh, Aaron, hello. How we doing? Oh, I was going to say exclamation English for moderation purposes, but my bot's not working today, so fortunately I cannot. Guys, it's doing good. I'm stuck a little bit on the Vargeist I'm working on, but I'll get through it. Is there something giving you trouble with it? Living Frost, welcome in. How are you? Weekend has been good. It's been all Pal World. It's I say that. We did have D&D yesterday, which actually was pretty fun. Pretty fun. I became a werewolf queen. So that was pretty cool. I guess I'll give Curse of Strahd spoilers. We stumbled upon some werewolves that were kind of having some infighting. So I challenged their alpha to one-on-one combat with my rogue. And I won. So now I am the werewolf queen. Ashushi, welcome in. Power World is addicting. How are you? Welcome in. It's been my entire weekend. Honor first, hello, how are ya? You can go ahead and ban Scott. I don't mess around with timeouts. You just ban him. Bye. It was pretty fun. Then Nikki pushed everyone out the door. I literally did to my brother, and I felt a little bad. I kind of did. My brother usually hangs out for a little bit after D&D, but I was like, no, I have plans today. You need to go. You need to skedaddle on out of here. I'm playing with people on UK time. I need you out. I felt a little bad, but also don't assume, you know? Doing okay having a lousy brain day. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully, us talking about our silly pal world and painting this lovely will help. Anything we're relaxing with today on our first? So yeah, I think with Curse of Strahd, we're getting to the point. Scott kind of hit us with the, like, is there anything else you want to do before the final boss, like you get in a video game? We're kind of to that point, which is exciting, but kind of scary. Trying to figure out if we've got everything we need, anything else we need to do. I've even on Power World. Here I am years behind the trend, finally getting my butt kicked in Fortnite. I also have never played Fortnite. I thought about it with the new Legos stuff, which I think has now kind of died down. I did think about it, just because, yeah, like, I've never played it. I play a lot of games, but I've not played Fortnite. I did consider it. What do you think so far, Ravenlord? Are we enjoying Fortnite? Now that we're to it, what do you think? It says, it's mostly been an issue with the scheme I was trying. I was using the Batman the Animated Series Man-Bat for inspiration, but ended up being too much brown. Some repainting mechanic is gray. I'm not sure what to do from the skin from there. If you'd like anyone else to take a look, there's always the Discord. I would link it in the chat, but my bot's not working. I guess with the Windows update, something got moved. And I did not realize that until, of course, until we're live, so. But if you want to throw in the Discord. I think more of my halflings deserve paint time today, because they styled on butts in the second half of our Blood Bowl game. 3 back-to-back touchdowns, but yeah, throwing halflings at the problem. Yeah, I think that they deserve some paint. Yeah, I think so. Hey, Runan, we're doing well. How are you? What you up to today? I'm just recapping D&D and talking about how I want to play Power World. I'm tempted to do a stream of it. We'll see. It's like watching the Harlem Globetrotters. The Halfling Globetrotters. Been watching the Batman animated series. Hey, Ghost Sucks, how does a full pizza, based on the pizza slices, fit in a box? I have no idea. Maybe she's just stacking them. I don't know. How are you? We do have to decide what's going to go on her pizza, though. I feel like I kind of want to do a partial, like, self-insert in this model. And, like, have my favorite snacks and pizza and stuff. So it might be, like, a pepperoni pineapple situation here. Kinda want to do that. Have my Whataburger cup. Have my pizza. Chicken and pineapple slice? I've not tried it with chicken. Sounds interesting. If I do chicken, I usually do the barbecue chicken. That's really good. Paint Power on the video game? Would be pretty cute, noob. How are you? What you up to today? I was asking you about your 3D sculpting, noob, because I kind of want to tinker with it a bit. I want to try it myself a little bit. Trying new things here this year. I haven't started yet because Power World. Power World has consumed all. But I kind of want to try. That's why I was bugging you the other night. I got out of bed. It's not going well. I'm sorry. You know what you need, man. You need some Power World. Up here, that's right. We got a gamer girl today. How are you? What you doing this weekend? We are doing a little bit of shading on her little cushion here. We'll come back and highlight here in just a little bit. We've also got, if you guys remember the other Disciple of the Witch we painted, she had the creepy eyes on her hat. They're actually in this cushion as well. That's what I'm kind of painting around right now. We'll get those started. Make those nice and creepy. Hey, Frozen Wolf, how are ya? How's the weekend? We are working on our pinup that chat voted on. So thank you, chat, for letting me work on a pinup today. El Presidente Nikki Perez ganging innocent animals into factory work. We got, so there's a thing you can build in the base. I think it's the monitoring stand. And you can essentially, yeah, assign how hard you want them to work. So we put them on, like, the brutal setting right off the bat. It took them 4 minutes to just not want to work and just go lay in their bed. 4 minutes. And they were done with us. It was the funniest thing. Took no time at all. They're just like, no, we're out. Mood, yes. There is also a pal that is called Depresso. And when he is working, like if you put him on the little mining thing, he just really slowly works. And it's so funny. Poor little Depresso. Howdy, You mean creepy? They're perfectly normal eyes for a cushion. Absolutely, you're right. What was I saying? What am I thinking? Also mood, yep. Yeah. Poor little pals have a case of the Mondays. But yeah, it's great. I love all the different animations. Yeah, it's a better Pokemon game than Pokemon. It's so good. There's just so many little things. Trying to think if there's anything else like that without giving out like just too much. Like I don't want to spoil everything, but some things are just so funny. I like design an animal that's such an accurate representation, right? When so like there were a couple, so like one was caught and then the other one we just like defeated, and it was just like so and so defeated Depresso, and we're just like if only, if only. The cat interacts with his fist and his little paws hurt. No. I did feel bad. They can get like fractures and sprains and things. You have to like make medicine for them. Poor little guys. Getting hurt. Has anyone told you have a case of the Mondays? Oh. Pretty soon we'll have Office Space. Pal World. Yeah. Yeah. Is anyone else playing anything fun? Or has that consumed all of chat as well? Anything else we're playing? The new Yakuza game comes out this week, so I'll be probably splitting my time a little bit, depending on who can play, when. Went ahead and picked that up. I want to get back to 14, but I think I'm going to wait till a little closer to the new stuff. I was like, there's not quite enough for me to hop in just yet. A little closer to the expansion, I'll hop back into Final Fantasy 14. Oh, just more of the finals. What do you think, Runan? I've watched a few streams of it. It's not for me, but it looks fun, like for those who like that type of game. You come across the... Is that the one that does the raids, JPEG? If so, yes. Yes, we have. Yeah, the pink one, yeah. Minters, welcome in. How are you today? We are working on a pinup from Kingdom Death. This is the Disciple of the Witch. She has this very cozy cushion that she is sitting on so that she can eat her pizza and play her video game and just chill for the day. So trying to get her little cushion together here before we dive in on her. Doing well, thank you. Yourself pretty good. I've just been telling chat all of my Pal World adventures. So pretty good here. So it's a nice nerdy weekend between video game, we had D&D yesterday, and now some painting. A nice nerdy weekend. Is there anything you're working on yourself? Any projects on the table? I want to get back to the Bushido miniatures we started too. Scott got all of his stuff in. I want to make sure I get a few more painted before we play. Squeezel, hello! How are ya? What you up to this weekend? I guess did anyone do anything with Old World release yesterday? I saw Warhammer World was just like packed. Queues outside and everything. Did anyone do anything for Old World Day? The cushion must be memory foam to keep a good impression? Yeah, I guess so. Well, it's like when you have your favorite chair and that's that one little spot. I think she's absolutely got her little spot. Professor Graham, welcome in. How are ya? Let's see, finishing off the Eldar, working on a War Walker. Very nice. I have a War Walker that I need to find. There's a piece I'm missing. I think it's the little canopy. Such an interesting little kit. Don't disqualify. No, you're good. I'm just teasing. What you up to today? I'm just teasing. I followed a team from the old world. I think it's a good start, yeah. I think it's a good start. I'm glad people are enjoying old world, but not my game. Yeah, I'm glad they were having fun up at Warhammer World. That's pretty nuts how many people were up there to play and get stuff and all of that. Let's see, ordered the Deathwing box. Oh, local game. So I forgot the Deathwing also up. Yeah. Who picked up Deathwing? Button brushes in the cushions? Yeah. Oh, I need to put her back on so you guys can see. But yeah, here's how it'll all fit together. So that's what the impressions are for. So she can kick back, be cozy. I'll leave her on here so you can see. I'm gonna go ahead and get face coats on the eyeballs. Our totally normal cushion eyeball. The only thing I've done with Old World is receive a message that's been delayed in the US. Oh, due to the weather. I did see that, yeah. I guess from Memphis, which is the distribution. And they got rocked with winter storm. So if anyone's waiting. Just the weather. Alright, I'm just going in with Celestra Gray for the our white eyeballs back here. Kind of the only thing back on this side, so we'll go ahead and go super creepy with them. Yeah, all I had was seeing everyone on Twitter getting their stuff. And then Warhammer World. We also will not be doing a lot of Old World stuff. I'm actually trying to sell the rest of my High Elves, so. From way back when we played Fantasy before. That's the extent of my Old World stuff. Oh, Crystal, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome everybody coming in. We are working on some Kingdom Death today. So we're doing a sub Sunday, so chat got to vote. And we are working on, this is the Pinup Disciple of the Witch. And she is getting real cozy playing her video game. She's got a little box of pizza over here. She got her drink. She's all settled in for a night of gaming. So that's what I've got. How was your stream, Crystal? What were you up to today? Welcome, welcome in. Oh, got a raid and run. Dinner is ready. Thank you so much for the raid. Enjoy dinner. Chat, if you want to check out some more Warhammer, go give Crystal a follow for me. Thank you, thank you. Those coming in with Crystal, what were you working on today? What did we have? Matt, thank you so much for that sub. For 3 months of support. I also love purple, so we're going full-on purple with this mini. Thank you, thank you. How are you today? Thank you, thank you. Painting Blood Bowl. Enjoy dinner. We'll see you later. All right, chat. If you want to check out some Blood Bowl, go give Crystal a follow. Thank you for the raid and run. What team is Twitch? Oh, is this the Witch going to be playing on the screen? Super Mario? Pal World 14? See, I think we need to go like a Mario or something kind of NES flavored. I haven't decided yet, but I do think we need to pick something that would like match the console. I think would be fun. But I haven't picked anything yet. 50 Shades of Gnome, hello, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome on in. Everyone who came over with Crystal, how we doing today? Hey Titan, I'm good, how are you? Yeah, so for those coming over, I've been playing Pal World all weekend. Haven't been doing a lot of painting, so we're getting back to that today. I've been playing my silly video game. And did have D&D yesterday, so that's my weekend. What have you guys been up to? If in doubt, Tetris is another good one. Metroid. Pong. Aw, Final Fantasy. We've got some good options. I don't know if we'll do it today on stream, but I'll try to find a good reference to throw on there. Cat Frazier, welcome in. How are you today? We are working on some Kingdom Death. Everyone who came over with the raid, what are we working on today? What projects have we got? If you're brand new to my stream, hello, I'm Nikki. We paint a lot of Warhammer here, usually. So the last Warhammer project we had was, I'm working on this Cavalier Marshal for Cities of Sigmar. decided to go with the painted horse. So we've got a little bit of a pattern there for the horse. I'm working on a very large Imperial Fist commission, which let me actually grab something so you guys can see. Here's a dreadnought I need to finish, but working on a lot of Imperial Fists. And then tomorrow we're going to be working on Chaos Knights. I got the next one, Airbrush, so we're going to work on Chaos Knights tomorrow. But welcome on in. If you guys have any questions about what I'm working on, paints I'm using, anything like that, let me know, and we can take a little break and look at what we've got. But yeah, what are you guys up to today? I get some Ubisoft game with horrendous UI, just cluttered. I just scribble all over the games I've been playing on is mostly like Super Nintendo. My vote is Mario World. I feel like Mario's a good one. I feel like that's like on this tiny screen, it's gotta be pretty recognizable. Rainy J, hello, how are you? What is your character in D&D? I have Callie, who is a arcane trickster rogue for Curse of Strahd. Her character's changed quite a bit now. I was gonna like lean really hard into the arcane trickster, but she got this crazy sword, so I've now dipped into fighter as well. So I've got rogue stuff, some wizard stuff, and now some fighter stuff. But we are kind of getting closer to the end of Curse of Strahd. Welcome in. Is there anything you're playing? Do you have a D&D character as well? Anyone else playing some tabletop? Thinking she would play Bayonetta? That's another good one, too. If I were talented enough to be able to paint Bayonetta on that tiny screen. Working on Gigalion. Running the one-shot for a friend moving to Japan next month. That'll be fun. I wish they had more one-shot type stuff. Especially because that box is so heavy. And like, even for the Gigalion, you've got to have all of the White Lion stuff for it. I wish there was something a bit smaller to just introduce people to the game with. See, Scott's got a Mantis Warrior Chaplain on a bike. Very cool. The Chaplain on bike new kit is so nice. I've painted a couple of them, and it's just a really nice kit. Are you enjoying it? Big snappy robots for the win. That's right. ADHD D&D characters. That's right. She's very different than how I initially pictured her. She also now has lycanthropy, so I will actually become the werewolf queen. Matt, hello. It's good to see you. How are you today? We are working on our lovely pinup that chat voted for. What you up to this weekend? I'm gonna get her little hat highlight. I said kidding. Kidding in parentheses does in fact mean that I'm kidding. Painting a tiny Mario committing tiny war crimes. The tiniest of war crimes. That seems to be all of our gaming talk today between Mario and Pal World. Just tiny, tiny war crimes. I forgot Scott was in the chat. I was like, no, I don't. I don't have Space Marine. We have 2 Scotts. That's right. Sorry. I'll try to be better. Not saying which Scott I'm talking to. Let's see, no D&D lately, unfortunately. Baldur's Gate has been giving me my RP fix. I've been having a great time with it. Halfling Barbarian. I love it. Baldur's Gate is so good. I need to, at some point, play a Dark Urge playthrough. I've only done the one playthrough so far. I need to go back. Like, maybe if they do another big update and things like that. Because when I played, there was still a fair amount of bugs and stuff. Like, it was still so good, I didn't care. I pushed on through. But I'm sure if I went back now, it'd be pretty crazy what the difference is. So at some point, I'll need to go back. Yeah, I'm not, though, says Scott. At the time, I was like, no, my hard work. There is a pinned message for a reason, chat. My friend picked Dark Urge for his first character. My friend did too, yeah. I've heard it's very good as far as like the options and stuff you get. Obviously, no spoilers in the chat, please, but I've heard it's very good. So at some point, I probably wouldn't play like do as long of a playthrough. I wouldn't investigate every single little thing again, but just to run through and get like the main story with Dark Urge would be fun. Dark Urge best choice. You're exactly who I was talking about, JPEG. I loved your updates as you were going through, and you're just like, I think I did something. But I think it'd be fun at some point. The problem is, I love video games, and I want to try like every video game. So going back to replay one is very difficult for me. Because then I look at my backlog and I'm like, oh no, I already have 50 other games that I want to play. I'm a sucker for anything RPG. I love little indie games. Like, I just need more time in the day, chat. To paint, commissions, my stuff, play video games. I just start streaming 24/7. Maybe we could get through some of it, you know? That's a thought. Maybe we could tackle some of it. Get the rest of her little top here. I think she has like a collar around her neck, and I think we did white for the other one, so I'm gonna leave that for now and come back to it. Pretty sure it's the white workup though. Did you play? I did not, Grim. I did not. I don't think that's had a remake, right? I feel like if it did, I would check it out. Oh, that's right. We have reveals to talk through. When those things happen in the middle of the week, I have a hard time. Yeah, chat, what did we think of the LVO previews? I might need to bring up my notes again to, like, talk through them. Is there anything we're very excited about? I remember Kroot. I remember the Mandrakes for Kill Team. What do we have? Oh, Sigmar was the Bird Lady. Heresy was Solar Auxilia. And I'm missing one thing. What am I missing? Let's see, Titan says, our current playthrough is in Act 3. We have a Warlock, Paladin, Oathbreaker, Dark Urge, oh my gosh, Life Cleric, Shadowheart, Oath of Vengeance, Minthara, and Valor, Bard, Wood Elf, me. Very cool. It's a fun party comp. Oh, Matt says, I should have left this mini as a sub-assembly. Hard getting the brush where it needs to be. Which one? Is that the... That's the Stormcast character, right, that you're working on? Oh, that's right. We had all the characters. Our close Tolan friends. Necromancer. This dog wife. That's right. There was Cat Lady, who looks very Necromunda. I liked Cat Lady a lot. Cat Lady looked fun. Yeah. Thank you for the reminder. I slept during the LVL preview. It was midnight reveal on a random Thursday is dumb. Pacific time, I think, is the hardest. Just like always. For reveals. Whether that's Warhammer. A lot of the video game reveals, they do Pacific time. It's just it's the roughest time zone, I think. Just because it's so far ahead of like a lot of the other time zones. Or I guess behind, technically. Yeah. So yeah, you're middle of the night for your UK, Europe friends. Cape everywhere, gotcha. A lot of overlapping with that. That makes sense. I might switch to a different brush here in a moment. I'm using one of the Monument Synthetics, which is nice. I think I want to go back to my Sable. How dare y'all not accommodate the best time zone? It's awful, Wayside. Awful. So late. I remember the few times I've traveled over there too, and like how goofed up my body was with everything being that late. It's tough. Yeah, anything else we're excited for from LVO reveals? It was quiet for me, but that's good because I am trying to catch up on my backlog, so I'm totally fine with it being quiet for me. I'm gonna stay in my lane, work on the Seraphon, try and get them done this year. Go from there. Totally fine with it being quiet. Love the Solar Ox and I want it. They look pretty cool. I'm not a guard person, but they looked good for those interested. Sylvia's still active. Yeah, it's still going. I believe the tournament is still being streamed today. I guess later today. It is over on the Warhammer channel if you guys want to hop over there. A bit later, I don't know when they actually start. Again, time zones. I don't actually know when it starts. Being in raiding guilds living in the Pacific time. Yeah, because they're all what? UK time? Or Europe time? I guess possibly Japanese time, depending on which guild. If it's what you mean broken bones? You think broken? I will replace you with some other pal in my storage. JPEG not taking anyone's crap in power. I will replace you so fast. JPEG is the horror of capitalism. So many war crimes being committed this weekend. I'm the opposite. Narrating guild that runs off PST. Seeing posts in Discord on Thursdays asking for more DPS at 2300. Nope, I'm sleeping now. Most have been focused in Eastern. Gotcha. Yeah, that's a big difference already. Where's this mini from? This is from Kingdom Death. I would tag it in the chat, but our bot's not working this morning. I guess I should say again, I did upgrade my computer to Windows 11. Nothing has exploded yet. So, that's good. I was a little worried that it would. But if anything sounds a little funky, looks a little funky, just let me know and I will get that figured out. I think mostly sound is the one that scares me a little bit. That one's a little tougher for me to like see and update. Give me 1 second, chat. Thank you, Scott. I thought it was easier for me to do that. It's not. Then there are the Korean MMOs that, despite running in the US, are still using timers based on Korea. So it sucks for everyone in a job in the US. Time zones. It's always fun. Oh, IP evade. Fun. We're getting it on today. Fun. Internet menus are so good. They're just way too out there for me. I really like the quality. This one you can see there's still a little bit, I didn't quite fill in some of the gaps. They're a little bit older kit. It's really fun watching as they do more minis, how much they improve. So like the first minis, kind of like old Warhammer minis, right? Kind of tough. Oh, Tangry, thank you so much for continuing that gift sub. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. But yeah, you can really see where they start to learn like where they're hiding their seam lines, their mold lines. But like all of the different companies, you can kind of see their growth. So that's kind of fun. My positive feedback worked. My pal's broken bones are mysteriously healed. I'm not going to ask any questions, JPEG. No questions. I'm glad he is healed. Dude, hello, how are you? What you up to this weekend? We are working on the pinup that chat voted for. We're trying to get this lovely all set so she can sit on her cushion here, play her video game. Just chillax here after a So the disciples of the witch work under the flower witch, and they maintain the abyssal woods. So after a long day taking care of the woods, she's got her pizza and her video game. We're gonna try and get some of that started here in just a little bit. Yellow Beans, welcome in. Thank you so much. How are you today? She's a really fun Minnie. I think we're gonna make the pizza from Domino's. We're gonna get our little Whataburger cup. And then, yeah, chat's throwing out a few suggestions. We need to pick a video game to go on her little gaming system. A little Super Nintendo. You say GW ones are just as good as... I'm sorry, Kingdom Death are just as good as Games Workshop or better? I would say just as good. Yeah. Very similar in building, especially with the newer ones. I think they're more fun, personally. I would put them on par with, like, character minis for Games Workshop. I'd say similar. Watching Twitch. Anything else you're doing today, Hoot? Alright. There's that. I think let's take a little break from purple. And see what we want to work on next. Seem like they'd be really fun. They are. I really enjoy them. I'm just now noticing we need to work on her little shoes, too. Let's go ahead and get the purple on that, and then we'll go to her little cushion for a little bit. Might hobby? What would you be working on, Hoot? Are we having to file more things off bases? Get her little shoesies down here. Why purple? Because pretty. That's all. I think the art for them, they're actually black with a little bit of a purple undertone. But she's a fun pinup model, so we're going purple. Black seemed kind of boring. Personal choice, yeah. I feel like for these really fun ones, I'm bringing out the more fun color. Where like the more the ones used for the actual board game, we can go more creepy, sinister colors. We can go with the fun colors for the pinups and collector's stuff. I have to clean up the zombies since I cut branches off of them. I love that some sculptor has put so much time into building all that extra stuff for Hoot to just scrape it all off. Anyone pick up the Cursed City set? Yep, I've got it. There's some cool models in there. I got it when it first came out, but then there was a lot of issues around it. People couldn't get it. And then I felt really weird working on it, so I put it away. I didn't actually finish it. But I have it. It's a fun game, too. We played a little bit. Good value or no? What are you doing? Are you picking it up just for minis? Would you actually play the game? Let's, that'll depend on you. As far as value. If you buy it and throw it in the closet, probably not. If you're gonna play the game, yeah. I would say so. You just like the minis, probably still worth it. You can work it into your armies. Has anyone else played Cursed City? I know it's been a bit since it's been out. I think it and Blackstone Fortress, so. Warhammer Quest, both of them. Are both pretty fun. Especially if you can play with a group. If you play Soulblight Gravelords and Age of Sigmar, oh, it's a super good box. Okay, I wasn't sure. I feel like with Underworlds and some of those others, maybe they're not always the best in Sigmar. The branches in Gravestone made sense. It'd be fine. Why would a tree just decide to grow inside a corpse? Do you know how heavy a gravestone is? Nobody's carrying one of those around on their back. How is it staying there? Hoot says no. I need actual physics in my magic game, please. I need real physics in my fantasy magic game. Well, Local Store has 2 of them and 40% off because they just want to get older stock. I would say for that. Then a good deal, especially if it is just going to be sitting for a bit. I would say look at the miniatures and see if there's something you want to work on. The game itself is fun. I've played a bit of it. Especially if you have like a board game group, because it is a campaign. So if you have a group that likes to do campaign style games, then I think I would recommend. We don't have a game group like that, unfortunately, so we haven't gotten to play very much of it. Just kind of whenever we feel like actually getting it out and just playing the 2 of us. Being a bully again? Never. I would never hoot. How dare you? So many minis to paint right now. But I'm like, you have enough, but they look so cool. I think the thing for Warhammer Quest is eventually those boxes do go away. They're not supported anymore. And kind of as stock runs out, that's kind of it. So it would depend on how much you care about that as well. So, I think it'll be a while yet, but if you're worried about missing them in general, that may be a consideration. Alright, we got our little shoes. I kind of want to start her hair while we're here, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go with a brunette. Rocket the Rhinox hide for now. What does everyone have planned for the rest of today? What are we up to, chat? If I am playing, I need to figure out what I'm working out. Since I'm kind of revolving on UK time here, I gotta figure out what I'm working out. Hey, Mikey, welcome in. How are you today? We're working on our Sub-Sunday pinup. If you guys like being able to vote on our projects, I do have the sub counter there below my face, our goal. So thank you, everyone, for the support. I'm trying to think what other projects we could bring on. On the vote, we also had Titanicus, so that would be an option. We can bring some Malifaux or some Bushido back. I got all kinds of stuff we can work on. Why does it feel she has no back support when she's fighting the monsters? I mean, if she takes her pillow or her cushion everywhere, she'd be set, you know? Hey, Keanu Reeves, welcome in. How are you? And Judah, welcome in. Work on the skin color blend. Thank you so much. How are you today? Is there anything you're working on? I appreciate it. I think Kingdom Death, if anyone's thinking about picking some up, Kingdom Death is so good for working on skin tones, OSL, on metallics. That is kind of the fun part for Kingdom Death, is you get a lot of room on the model to play with different things like that. Lots of good spots to test out new painting techniques, for sure. much Malifaux do you own now? Most of the 10 Thunders. Yeah. I don't like the more Western 10 Thunders, so I don't have those keywords. But anything with more of the, like the Japanese influence, yeah, I got it. Plus a few of the Nightmare editions are probably my favorite thing that Malifaux does. They're just so much fun. So yeah, I got a fair amount. And says, recently I'm finishing painting one unit. We're buying a new box. Unfortunately, those boxes are big boxes. Do you think you'll keep up with it here? Because, how are we finding it as you go, Mad Side? Hey, Ren3, how are you? I'm working on this right now. How are you? You get one more chance to act like, Normally, someone's first chat is, hello. How are you? Get one more chance here. Use your words carefully. Oh, there you go. Good job. And no, I can't. How are you? Welcome in. The one thing I don't like about using the synthetic brush is the capillary action sucks. Doesn't happen. There we go. Trauma Train Rage, welcome in. How are you? What you up to today? We are working on our pinup. Trying to get this last little bit of hair face coated. There. Jeez. Go make yourself the third bonk of the hour. I'll do it. Scott is ready. Itching for it. It's too bad Slam's not here. He would enjoy it too. I remember correctly, the Weird Booth Adepticon didn't really have regular stock. Some books. It was more of the special stuff. Yay. It was Nightmare editions. They had some of the larger scale. Is it the Iconic series? They had some of those. A lot of the alts that you would get on like the special sales, which is cool. I would rather have that than... Like, they have some of the normal stock, but then a lot of the con stuff, which is nice. I think it's more fun to pick up at a con. Somehow I survived the opening introduction. Somehow. Submitting a waitlist commission with dozens of magnets. Magnets and capes, right? That's Scott's newest thing, is the cape. Just with like 30 different parts. Go ahead and get that. Did you sculpt that? This is a plastic kit. So this is from Kingdom Death. Normally my bot would tell you where you can get her. But it's not working because I updated my computer. But it's from Kingdom Death. Kingdom Death, the core game, is actually a co-op horror campaign. So something like, if you know Gloomhaven, what are some of those big campaign games? It's like that. The gameplay itself is if you take Monster Hunter and Darkest Dungeon and you smush them together. So you go out and you fight monsters, and then you get resources, and then you build your settlement. And then you go out and you fight monsters, and then you build your settlement. But then they also have these lines like this that are pinups. So they have pinup miniatures. They also have just some that are like collectible type minis. And that's a lot of for painters to be able to work on. So she is part of their pinup collection. You only know Overwatch? Oh my gosh. There's a whole world out there, friend. A whole world out there. Magnetize Mattel. I would like you to meet Mr. Panda. My trash can. What did we think of the new Kroot, though? I am curious, chat. Who likes the new Kroot stuff? I think the fact that the preview for the Kroot, they said that's only half of it, is pretty nuts. Never update. Well, I mean, it's got to happen at some point. It'll always be an update before stream. I did it on Thursday. It was just... There are some things that until you go live, you don't know if it's going to work or not. And the bot was one of them. Bot was one of them. Feeling good. I don't think about test. At least that one. I think the ones on the mounts are pretty badass. The like ones on the ones that are styled after like gorillas almost. I think those are pretty sick. I'm not a huge Kroot person to start with, but those are pretty cool, I think. Smash button, Mythalion, thank you so much for smashing that button. How are you today? Welcome in. Thank you for subbing on a Sub Sunday. I appreciate it. I think I actually did gold on our miniature. I may come back and change that. That's Monster graphic design that role. Yeah, imagine. Leave Overwatch, my friend. Or at least try some other games. I like the new Kroot, but I can't get over the thought that they will be sent back in Legends in like 3 years. I don't know if they're gonna keep getting updates. I think Kroot gonna be a big part of that army. It'll be interesting. I look at Mini go, wonder why they went with this choice during making the process. Not really. It's all artist choice, so whatever they want to do. Not really. New plastic, not going Legends. Vespid, worry until plastic, yeah. I don't know anyone who's like chomping at the bit for Vespids though. Who would give Vespids if they re-released them, updated them? Where's the Vespid crowd? I don't know anyone asking for them. Alright, we're gonna let her dry before I accidentally stick my finger in wet paint. Hey, Throat TV, welcome in. The skin color looks so real. Thank you so much. How are you today? I did, the skin so far is airbrushed. We will come by hand to do a little bit of highlights a bit later. But so far, that's airbrushed. I did a few skin tones and mixed in some magenta to give it a little bit more color. I wanted to keep it kind of a fair skin tone for this one. Kind of to contrast the darker cushion that she's sitting on. Who asked for Hounds of Borkai besides you? Wasted mine? You said you were surprised you survived the introduction. I don't know what to tell you now. Well, if they look cool enough, people might get interested. Pretty cool models can win people over. Yeah, maybe. I think the hard part sometimes with Warhammer is there's that cycle, right? Where it's like, these things aren't selling. It's like, well, yeah, because it's 20 years old. And it's like, well, we're not going to update them because they're not selling. It's like, okay. There's got to be a spot here where it makes sense. I feel like some of the Eldar in that bucket, Vespid maybe in that bucket. You had no interest in Auxilia before, but here we are. Getting the update. I think it's a good shout. I think we kind of talk about that with Middle Earth too, right? Where if you're looking to get into Middle Earth and you see some of those very old sculpts, it's like, I don't know that I want to work on that. Bully streamer. The purple thing, she's got like a cushion that she sits on. So the full miniature is, she sits right here. So she's got her TV with her like Super Nintendo. She's got a little pizza box and all of her snacks. So essentially, she would be scary in the actual game, but because it's Pinup, they make her just cute and fun. So now she's relaxing after a long day in the very brutal board game. She's got her snacks in her video game. Yeah, she will sit on this pillow or cushion. I think Zangors are going to be changed to Emperor Slaanesh Gore's release. Zangors are a relatively new kit, too. They got them with the other Zinch updates. With the rubrics and with Magnus. They're pretty new. Are Toon Kings in that bucket? I mean, you got what? You got 2 characters, JPEG? That's enough, right? That's enough. If Aspen's had more than just a single unit or roll. It is hard knowing if they're going to get the glow up or not. That's always the tricky part with the... You're trying to plan for a codex release. It's, okay, are they going to get an update or... Are they going to get left behind? It's just hard to know. A little puppet, yeah, she's got just a little cozy area. Alright, I think we're gonna go Domino's for the pizza, and I need to look up a Domino's pizza box. Give me 1 second. Just so I can make this as Domino's as we can. Domino's pizza box. Alright, we'll just go with this nice basic one. Okay, some more white. A miracle is happening. I have my hobby desk clean off of random work stuff, my hobby mat cleaned up and rolled out, and I'm actually painting. Let's go. What are we working on? Is this Adepticon stuff? What do we got? So I see what wolves get for 40k. I'm sticking to 30k for now. Age of Sigmar gets what I hope they get. Be jumping back during summertime. I'm trying to get my Seraphon ready for new Sigmar. I've enjoyed the games that we've played. I just need to play more. But yeah, I want my army ready to go for when we get all the new goodies. If you don't want to work on stuff, get Power World. No, JPEG, we need him painting. No. JPEG, where's your January challenge? Back here. It's like when we tried to do the starter box and Baldur's Gate came out. It's the same. We're playing on hard mode. I don't need Pokemon from Wish. It's better than Pokemon is the crazy bit. It's a better Pokemon game than Scarlet and Violet. I would pick Palmon over or Palworld over those any day. It's the better Pokemon game. You should have a desk or Day's desk is clean counter. I've been trying to do every Friday. So like I take my YouTube day. I take Thursday, I'm trying to make just straight up commission day. For like prep and things like that. And then Friday I try to do a desk cleanup. And it has helped me quite a bit. Just to like remove all the paints. Anything that is like close to done, I'll take like a few minutes to just finish up. And get it off the desk. It's Pokemon Arc, yeah. Arc is just Dino Power World. It's so good. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. But I would take it over actual Pokemon anything. I was looking at the base. I was like, the TV I get. The pizza box I get. What's those divots? Oh. I actually really like it because it helps with highlighting. So I know where she's going to sit. But look how cute she is all together. She's definitely in the... We're in the weird phase where we've got some base coats, some highlights, but I like that I know where to highlight with it. And right now we're making a Domino's pizza box. So I can put my pizza in. She left Prince in the couch. Real gamer girl, yep. She's got her little groove, you know? Everyone likes having their little groove. Me who loves Pokemon and Arc. You'd probably really like Power World. I'm not even big on, like, survival games. I really don't play a lot of them, but this one's got me just... I'm hooked. I want to just play Power World. It's all I want to do. I woke up and I was like, man, I don't want to stream. I just want to Power World. Power World, do you still catch animals and force them to fight people's pets for money? Not yet, but soon. No, you just beat up other pets. or wild pets. I love the skin recipe. Did you say it was all airbrush? It was, yeah. You have a video game of your Patreon how you do the skin or anything. So, one, I need to decide what I'm doing my Patreon, so don't make a decision on that just yet. There are some on Patreon. They're usually by model, so I don't have like a specific painting skin like tutorial. It's usually that model. If you like the skin tone of that model, it's in there. The basic workup for this, though, is I actually decided to stick with the Games Workshop. So I did Cadian Flesh Tone, Kislev, and I added in some magenta. So that is the shade you see kind of there along the bottom. And then I'm probably going to come back by hand to do one more highlight. But that is what it is right now. But adding in the magenta adds quite a bit. A couple of flesh heavy busts I want to print. Just got myself an airbrush. Hell yeah. That's a good way to do it. You can kind of either go the full airbrush route, or you can sketch and do the airbrush glazing, which if you're just starting with airbrush, I'd probably save that until you get like consistency kind of figured out, because you do need a thinner paint for that. But yeah, there's a couple different ways to go about like a larger model like that, depending on what you want to do. But yeah, adding in the magenta, some of those other colors to the skin can help. Let me catch up here. Did you catch a human? I didn't, but Slam sure did. Yep. Yep. Basically, it's Mickey's skin recipe. Step 1. Steal robot hands. Robot devil's hands. Step 2. Let them make magic. I like to airbrush. It speeds it up a lot. You can get really pretty blends. I know not everyone has the airbrush, but I like to use it. When you paint the screen of the TV, granted it's an older model, you're going to put a Twitch overlay chat window to the side. Oh my gosh, if she's playing Mario on Twitch. I mean, we already have the Twitch purple. She could be streamer girl. She sure could be. I don't know that I have room to do that. I'm gonna rock the purple on the cushion. It would be pretty cute though. It's a very small TV though. Oh, the Zorro bust. I've got that. Yeah. Set that aside. There's so many things from Nom Nom that I just need to print. Their stuff is all so good. I have a little Chibi, Goku, and Shenron I want to print. Now that it's got a pre-support version. The Zorro looks so good. I feel like there's a couple others that I've got kind of filed away for later. I don't think her outfit would be allowed under the new Twitch. As a streamer, no. She would not be able to. Well, you could do pools and hot tubs. Just no black bars. Can't do that. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. She would have to make sure she's good though. Yeah. Absolutely. We follow the rules here. Alright, here's that. Get comfy. Fantasy Twitch TOS might not be a thing. True, would Kingdom Death Twitch have? I feel like the rules might be a little bit more relaxed. My initial gut feeling, maybe a little bit more relaxed. Hey, Jobster, welcome in. How are you today? Do we think Ushran will finally be in the pre-order article today? That's a good shout. What do we think we'll have today? I hope so. I know people have been waiting for him. What do we think we'll have? That'll be in about 50 minutes, top of the hour. She's wearing too much clothing for Kingdom Death Twitch. Sorry. I will say, when I ordered from Monument, their brush, like this is a 1. I feel like they're a bit thinner than, like, if you do a raw fit. Like, this was a number 2. And if I had known this was a 2, I probably would have gotten a little bit larger. So they seem a little bit thinner than if you're used to ordering from, like, Raphael or Rosemary & Co. They're a bit smaller. Not too bad. Says anything about breaking up. Ah, Gambler's Chest. Let's go. What would you work on from it? I heard Usherad! I've been waiting for that model for so long. He's pretty badass. I'm very jealous that Scott will get to paint one. I will have to hope for the best for commissions. Scott says, please no, I need to save money. Not too bad thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I read that. I'm wondering when the rest of the Dark Angel stuff is up pre-order. Next weekend, I'm guessing? Probably, if the box is up this weekend. I like to give a little bit of time in between. Because they switch systems. Be pretty meta. Players have game figures in a game about surviving. They meet a boss who is streaming a game. There was a video game that did that. Which game was it? Oh, Carnage had a clip, but they like bust into this guy's room and he's streaming it. So there's like Twitch chat reading that the person who's building they're in, that they're getting like swatted or whatever. It was really funny. How are you liking the monument brushes? I do like them. They're just a bit smaller than I had anticipated. So I wish I had maybe gone up a size or two. Because I'm used to the size 2 from Raphael. The synthetic's really nice, though. I like it. Because I was doing a lot of metallics the other day. That was really nice. Yeah, I would just go up a couple sizes when ordering. I tend to prefer sable, too. So it's nice to have a synthetic brush, but I'll probably stick to these sable while I'm working. I don't collect flesh figure quartz at all. I'm just buying that particular model. He's so cool. If I didn't already have the backlog that I do, I would consider the same. I'll hobby vicariously through Scott this time. Anyone else going to be picking up Usharon? Pig, Matt? Who else? You ordered the synthetic bundle? I'm curious to see what you think too, Madsai. I do like them. I tend to prefer sable, so I'll probably stick to these for a little bit. I like how the sable holds water more than the synthetic does. I need my hamster king. What hair color? We've started a brunette. So she's just got a base coat right now. Haha, backlog! I'm trying to be really good this year and like... Okay. I was about to say I've been pretty good. I did pick up Kingdom Death on the sale. I actually saved them. Do you guys want to do a Kingdom Death unboxing with me? I haven't looked at my new ones just yet. The bust I don't know if I can bring on. The others should be safe though. I will do a quick TOS check before I bring anything on. I believe the rest are safe though. There's a super deep meta Easter egg questline in Cyberpunk where your character sees someone playing a video game in the corner of a room. It implies you're watching yourself play the character. I love that. I like that more of them are adding things like that. It's funny. I might get Ionis on his dragon at some point. Until I get Malarian Elves, I'm abstaining from 80 Sigmar for now. That's fair. I think I am enjoying Sigmar more. Well, in general, I tend to enjoy Sigmar more than 40k, but right now, while we're still waiting on books, I think we'll probably be Sigmaring for a bit more than 40k. Hide them so you don't have to stare at them. Madsai taking the ostrich approach to backlog. If I can't see them, they can't hurt me. That's a good strategy. I don't know how effective, but if it works for you, it works for you. Show booty blatantly. No, you can't show them. Wait, can't? You cannot. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Highlighting our pizza box. We'll do a couple more highlights and then we will freehand the little Domino's logo on. Oh, it's meant to be a question. I'm like, I'm not sure what you're saying, but no, you can't do that. It's a shame people can't read, you know? I would love to bring on more of the pinups here on stream, but you give people an inch and they take 10 miles, so it's just how it goes. Just how it goes. Hope we need another coat of our base coat back there. Alright, back to Celestra. No, I goof it, it's all good. Isn't it the worst when your brain gets going on something and your fingers can't keep up? It's the worst. You knew what you meant, right? Soon the rest of us will know. I just think we're still preferable to 40k. I'm just deep diving. Horsehair, so you know, sizable player base. That's good. I'm glad you've got a community for it. Our heresy community is not great. Not a system we're interested in. But I'm glad you've got a better community for it. We'll dive back into 40k once we both have updated books and things. Probably. Give me 1 second. Thought I had to sneeze. Guess not. Alright. I guess we can go ahead and start base coating our pizza. Trying to think what else we can get started. We can start on the game system. I kind of wanted to see... I guess we wouldn't have color choices really if it's just Super Nintendo. She's also probably ready for more paint at this point. Let's go ahead and switch back to her for a little bit. It's so much fun blasting knights into tiny pieces with Eldari. It's definitely a mix of I want to learn Eldar, but I know they're still busted. Scott wants to play knights, but we know they're busted the other way. As her back looks, it's called shading. So from here, you're gonna have a little bit of a shade. If she's all one color, not very realistic. So we've got some red as an undertone to her skin. But yeah, the mixture of our armies being busted in opposite ways has definitely kind of pushed us off from 40k for a little bit. Not so fun when Eldar crazy and Knights just getting triple nerfed. What's that line on the inside of her thigh? She actually does have a stocking on one side. So she has, if that's the one you're looking at. The other one is because there was a gap. And I did some gap filling, but I'm not going to spend more time on it. Oh, they're probably getting a nerf soon though, right? We'll see. I don't know. It depends on balance updates and all of that. Nothing to do but wait. Nothing to do but wait. And play Age Super. We'll just play that for now. As an Eldar player, I hope not. But I understand if I do, yeah. It's always interesting to see what gets it and when it gets it, right? Sometimes some of these take a long time for them to finally make a change. Some of them are pretty quick if it's just like obviously broken. It's a matter of waiting. But they'll be over today, probably next week or two will be the balance stuff. We'll get the, what is it, the Meta Watch. We'll get the recap, and then we'll do adjustments. Is every faction's getting something? What do you think the Wolves will be getting? Baking and Primera style Wolf Pack. I would really like... I have a feeling Wolfguard are coming, because everyone's getting new Terminators. So it just makes sense that we would also get Terminators. Yeah, probably what was it? Blood Angels got like their Death Company type stuff. I guess what character do you think Space Wolves would get? We got Ragnar already. What other characters do you think we would get for Space Wolves? They're both factions of many. They're still awaiting their codex, yeah. So even the Balanced Slate brings us everyone to an even playing field. Those more for the codex, yeah. That's a lot of it for us waiting to play more 40k. Is like, once we both get books, it'll probably feel a little bit better. But until then, it's just awkward. They'll be playable right before 11th drops, yeah. This is the way. Wolf's getting fine cast Lucas. Banana for upgrade spruce. And Victor's, you're so close to Scott just swinging that hammer again. You're so close. This is going to be the bloodiest stream I've had in a long time. This is the bloodiest stream. Something about 40k and Age of Sigmar. They make the people's armies busted. They come out with readjustments. People have to follow heavily in the meta. Depends. If you're playing tournaments, yes. You're just playing you and your buddies. Eh. I think the thing to keep in mind is it all comes back around. Your army that you're building right now is going to be different in the next edition, the next book. And it all comes back around. The Rune Priest character? Oh, Stormcall? Y'all, Stormcall? Sorry, my dog's going nuts again. But if you just rule of 3 every unit, yeah, just... If you're someone who wants to min-max, you can min-max your little heart out. Just playing with friends, not a big deal. Tournament, though, yeah, there's a bit of meta chasing. Get that guy. Yeah, because he's in Finecast, right? He was metal, now he's Finecast. I think that one would make sense. Arjack makes sense also being Finecast. We already have a plastic Logan, even though I think Logan would make sense. But they're kind of setting up for Ragnar taking more things. We're not chasing the meta, so collect and play what I want. Enjoy the ups and downs as it comes. Yep, that's kind of how I do it. If I get annoyed with an army, I've got another one I can work on. Not a big deal. Yes, Nigel Stormcaller. Smashing. Ghosts. Noob, don't you put that on us. Don't you put that on us. Alright. Highlighting that. Where it goes behind on the cushion. Not gonna worry about that too much. Where do we break up this word? Welcome in. How are you today? We are working on a pinup from Kingdom Death. I'm trying to get some of the detail work done now. How are you today? Welcome on in. So she is the full miniature. She is sitting cozy on her little cushion, playing some video games, eating some pizza. Well, we're trying to get more of the details started. She's looking a little flat at the moment. We just got some base coats. We're starting some highlights. But yeah, we have a lot of work to do still. How are you? Welcome in. The spirits of your unpainted models and unplayed games torment her. You're gonna have to get over it. I guess we'll see. I'm a Ragnar fanboy, but it would be nice if Wolves had a second viable character. I think they will. It's just a matter of which one. It seems like everyone's getting Terminators, so I think that makes sense. That's what I'm expecting. Anything after that's a nice bonus. I would love to see some Thunderwolf Cav or like the very Space Wolf units getting updates. So. Hey Medity, welcome in. This is from Kingdom Death. So this is the Disciple of the Witch, which is actually in the title if you're trying to look her up. But this is the painter's scale, so the larger scale. How are you? Let me scroll up here. Harold has 350k viewers on Twitch. Third most. Maybe bigger than anything Pokemon. I'll say it again. It's a better Pokemon game than Pokemon. There's so many, so many good additions. Where Pokemon's just kind of gotten stale. Harold's the new shiny. Game de jour for streamers to mean. Pokemon hasn't put out anything well. The last Pokemon game wasn't great, I don't think. I didn't even finish it for Scarlet and Violet. It was fine. It looked awful. I would pick Power World any day. It's a better game. Yeah, Pokemon hasn't been good for a while. I'm being right about what GW removes. Dark Angel's losing, Talon Masters, Strike Masters, and something else I can't remember. That's the thing as we look toward Wolves, right? It's what makes the jump. And using the Dark Angels to kind of see what we can anticipate is kind of what I'm doing here. Alright, let's do one more highlight. I do need to step away because my nose is being dumb. And I'd like to breathe. Only get one more highlight before I do that. Take a real quick little break. And then I think we'll start more on her hair, too. Kind of hard to get this other leg because I have to... what I'm using to hold. I might have to get some of this after stream where it's a little easier to hold her. Since video games have come up again. Anyone else playing anything good? I'm still working my way through Dragon Quest XI. Been very good. I kind of play like a few hours at a time in the evenings. Very glad I'm finally playing a Dragon Quest game. But it's been good. And then the new Yakuza game is out this week as well. So when I'm not Power Worlding, I will dive into that for some single player goodness. Alright, let me step away just real quick for my dumb nose. When we come back, we will continue working on her. So I will be back here in just a moment. Be right back. Alright, we're back. We can breathe. Whoops. We can breathe. Blonde Cat, welcome in. How are you? Oh no, the mini's hot today. That's right. We have Pinup Day. Here's where we're at. She's in the weird middle ground right now. How are you? Let's see. Waste Mine says I'm back to Guild Wars 2 after a month plus away. Couldn't figure out anything else to play. What? What is that like, Wasted Mind? I literally don't have enough time in the day to play all the games I want to play. How does that work? DW's been trimming units to what is an available model to represent in game. The mirror move stuff, designers also have to select what models to keep into. That's the thing, is if they're gonna keep adding stuff, at some point, you have to take some of it away. Otherwise it just gets ridiculous. I've doused my flames and gone audio only. I see I've returned for the schnoz to give Nikki trouble. Yeah. This is the time of year my allergies are real bad. Which is annoying. Alright. Let's... I feel like we need to start the game system, the pizza box. I guess we actually need to do a little bit more of a highlight on it. Start freehanding our little domino sign. Please describe the character in detail for Will. She's just a really wholesome gamer girl. Relaxing with her pizza and her video games. After a long day of tending to the Abyssal Woods. That's all. She's just in her comfy, cozy clothes. With their snacks. And that's it. Miniature described. Sounds just like Nikki. We're doing a little bit of a... Not that I say... I don't look anything like her. That's goals right there. We're doing a little bit of an insert with the Domino's, the Whataburger, and the video games. I wish. We'll do a little bit of my stuff in here. It's basically Nikki. Yeah, minus some very crucial details. It's basically me. I'm envisioning Nikki painting herself. If only. Alright. Trying to decide. No, I guess that would be fine. We don't need to do any more on the box lid. I am gonna look up our little Super Nintendo, though. Make sure I get all of our colors correct and where they need to be. Okay, Domino's Pizza Box. I'll be back. I gotta look up a Super Nintendo, because it's been a bit since I have played a Super Nintendo. Alright. Got the gray. Well, there's a little bit of purple in it, too. I kind of forgot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We need our light gray. That's what we need. Why did Nikki paint the Dragon Ball tattoos? Oh, could you imagine? For full arm. Crucial details. Whatever could you mean? She must have a big scar or something. Yes. Absolutely. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Nikki wears glasses. Yeah, that's the bit that's missing. Absolutely. Thank you, Black Cam. Thank you. This is Nikki with contacts. Yeah. We have to change it up a little bit. Thank you. She's like Guts from Berserk. But more like Nikki. Yeah. Just like that. I think this gray is actually a little dark. Okay. For a base coat, it'll be fine. And then I'll have to add that tattoo too, Will. After I get Guts. I gotta come back. Put my Guts tattoo on. These self-insert projects are gonna get really, really complicated. It's like a superhero alter ego. We'll go with that. Yeah. Me in Kingdom Death World. Not that I want to go to Kingdom Death World. Nikki, but with rearranged Guts parts. I can see it in my mind. No missing arm, but with giant sword. I could get down. I want the giant sword. Give me a big old dragon slayer. Please. There is that guy that trains with the dragon slayer, so he's made a sword. That's obviously not as heavy, because the actual sword is all iron. But he makes it out of wood, and he has, like, the training routines for the big sword. And it's really cool to see his progress and, like, how much stronger he has gotten from doing that. It's kind of nuts. The enormous butt print on the base is so funny. It's actually really nice because it makes highlighting easy. I know where she's gonna sit, so I can put the highlights and things where it needs to be. So it's actually really handy on top of being funny. My immersion, it's in danger. Did you know everyone does in fact leave? Yeah, if you sit in a spot for too long, it happens. You've probably got one too, Will. You've got a butt imprint right now. It's okay, it's where the mini sits, yeah. It helps us with planning, actually. I think the other thing is I want to do the black along the side here. That'll help us with the purple kind of standing out on its own. Right now it just kind of feels like one big blob. So I'll probably set it down after we get this, but let's get the black along the side. That's why you donated some of your butt to the less. Oh, okay. Well. I was not aware of this program, Will. Tell us more. Not that I would do it, but... I know I do. I see it every time I get it from a long painting session. Yeah, after Pal World. I've had 3 homeless colonies for a week. It's a very important charity. A little bit more. She's still in frame. What else is going on? Tomorrow we will be back to Warhammer. We're going to be working on Chaos Knights, the stompy kind. So I've got the next little war dog up next. So this is the Overlord project. If you guys know Overlord, the anime, the character is Delta that we're going to be working on. So we've got some orange, we've got some camo to do. I got her all airbrushed the other day, so she's ready to roll while I get the big ones together. I think if I can start to piece together the larger ones, that'll help me kind of get back in the momentum here. I kind of hate that I lost momentum on them. If I can start to see those bigger ones come together, I think that'll help. He did, in fact, noob. He did. Maybe not quite that wordy, but he did, in fact. Which, I hope that doesn't turn into another Google search. It's refreshing as it keeps small objects off the counter as I walk by. They orbit me endlessly. I'm just imagining you walking through your house with your own little orbit. That does seem a little frustrating, in your defense. That seems frustrating. Alright, with that on, I think that does help kind of frame what we're working on here. Nope, I was exposed to that one at work. Okay, good. I'm glad we weren't the ones teaching you that one. You know, there's only so much we can teach you. At some point, work has to take over. Let's go with... I'll try maybe Doom Ball. Maybe Mornfang. If I can find it. Is it already out? No. We gotta figure out what type of brunette we want to go. We can do more to expand William's mind. Wasted Mind, how are you feeling about Pinup Day? I know you were influencing the chat for Pinup Day. How do we feel it's going? That's okay, please. You're all so busy already. Will out here, like, don't take time for me. Why don't you take time of your busty schedule's busy. Well, that needs to go in the Discord. Oh, amazing. Amazing. I couldn't, yeah. You can't make up better than that if we tried. Amazing. Busty schedules. Do you have a minute to look at what? I don't do that during the stream. No. I can look after stream. Or if anyone else wants to take a look. No, sweet! I need to turn her up. No, sweet, thank you so much for the bits. Morning. What you up to today? How's it going? We are working on our little pinup lady. This is the Disciple of the Witch. She is comfy cozy playing video games. Pinup days are officially called Busty days. Wait, coffee. Enjoy. Enjoy. Will never change now. My therapist just stopped hearing about Nikki holding 2 turkey legs. Oh no, it's coming back. It's all coming back. Amazing. Sorry, Will. But also not sorry. It's funny. Borkenmad, yeah, so I told the story a little bit ago, Mousebait, but we were trying something I found online to try and help with the barking, right? So the idea is when she starts barking, you kind of interrupt her with a treat, so she has to like sniff your hand for the treat, and then when she's quiet, you give her the treat, right? It's supposed to work. We think what she's learned is that if she barks, we will tell her to be quiet, and then she gets a treat. So now I think she's barking more. I don't think they took herding dogs into consideration. Maybe with a dopier dog, it would work. But this isn't working. So, yeah. We may have to try something else. That's supposed to be what happens, is they learn they can be quiet and get a treat. I believe she has learned the opposite. So if she's a little louder today, chat, I did go ahead and just leave my door closed, but we're trying. We're working on it. We really need to get it figured out. It's just taking us a bit. Autofire says, I just found out my Tansy can get an assault rifle. This is the best game ever. Yeah. I have a submachine gun on my, oh, what's his name? Is it Lift Monk? He sits on my head and has a submachine gun. Yeah, they're too smart for stuff. You see my suggestion? I don't think I did. Did I miss it? I went ahead and saved that for you. Thank you, Son of Horse. Will, don't be alarmed. It's been saved. You don't have to save that yourself. Son of Horse has got you. Time to delete my presence from the internet. Soon I shall be a ghost in the back of all of your minds. That's okay, we still have the screenshot. Even when you're a ghost. Even in Ghost, we still remember. My cat keeps yelling while purring to get my attention. I can't. But yeah. Sorry, chat. We are working on little Sadie. She's just a much bigger project than I think either of us anticipated. Time to go back to the previous alias? That's true. Right, says, if it's gonna be this long between using paints, I should get a vortex mixer. I think they're absolutely worth it. I put off getting mine for a long time. And I wish I had gotten it sooner. I think they're worth it, especially if you've got older paints. I know, Sly just got one and likes it too. I think it's worth it. Guess I need to tell Cassidy I'm becoming Amish. He's gonna come back from staying with the in-laws. You're like, sorry, I have news. I have to become Amish. Gonna be quite the thing to come back to. Living in his very own Amish paradise, yeah. Where the Luba can't find him. Or at least not as easily. She's gonna make me crazy. Alright, let's do one more highlight on the hair. I'll have to do a little bit of blending later, but that's fine. I found it easier to do the white highlights and then kind of blend all together. Even the little nail polish shaker I have now takes forever to get some of the paints to reconstitute. Do you do, like, the agitators in the paint as well? That can help. Big Boss, welcome in. How are you? What you up to today? We're working on our Kingdom Death pinup. She's all cozy with her video games and her pizza. She says she can't listen to a man who's obviously suffering from COVID brain. I'm doing well. Voted for the Knight. The Knight is very cool. I do want to bring him on at some point. Between commissions, I definitely want to bring on more and more Kingdom Death. Especially the boss monsters, because when we finally get to play, I need them all ready to roll. Dung Beetle Knight is part of that. Gorm is part of it. I fought Gorm a couple times, but we just haven't finished the miniature. Initially, Scott wanted to paint him, but now is not interested, so I'm kind of taking over. Now I get to find out what horrific way to paint Gorm. Some of them are the agitators. I've had some bad experiences using the ball bearings, so I need to find... I was going to say, I trust the glass beads a lot more than having to make sure the metal's not going to interact with the paint. I feel like it's a safer way to go. You haven't saved such bangers as, that would be my best model ever. Nikki pooped it out while talking about Popcorn Kingdom Death and the Barbie. That's a great quote. I do like that. That's great. I remember that story. Oh, Monument has the glass? I would like Monument, but my bot's broken. But if you want to check out Monument Hobbies, for the brushes that we're using today, and the glass beads, sure, check them out. I guess this is the push, right? Move the bot somewhere else. I may do something real quick for tomorrow, but then we'll start moving more stuff over. Just a pain in the ass. Having to move everything. Never had a problem with steel beads. If you get the ones, like if you're really sure that's the one. I'm just paranoid, and I know that even with research, I'll pick the wrong thing. So I tend to go with the glass. Then I know for sure it's not going to goof up my paint. I have LA's Totally Awesome. I need to go feel him up for greasage. That's another fantastic quote, yeah. I like that one. That's great. I think we're going to keep the white, because it just kind of works in nicely too. Her little, like, necklace collar thing. One time I had a ball bearing in a metallic gold paint bottle, and it leached the yellow pigment out of it to a weird paint jawbreaker. Yeah, that's what you have to be careful of with the metal ones. Alright, let's also get her little controller that I almost forgot about. There he is. Use the stainless steel ones, yeah. Your mileage may vary. I think I've seen people say that even though they have done that, they still had issues, so I just go glass. Depends what you can get your hands on. Let's get a bunch of mini master work. Glass ones, they're also good. Yeah. Not all stainless is actually stainless. I guess now that we are, 10 minutes away from article? Do we have any other guesses for pre-order today? Sadie is giving her best guesses. This is our live chat. Stainless steel comes in a range of properties. I just don't trust whatever I'm grabbing. Easier to just get glass. Okay, TV time. When you get the TV started. It'd just be gray. I kind of want to do like. Why am I thinking like the wood panel, like big TV box? I don't think it would look good on this mini, but like that's all I can think of. Let's just. Oops. I'm just gonna straight up look up a CRT TV. I guess we'll just match the colors of our little Super Nintendo. It's probably the easiest way to go. Yeah. We'll just match it. Bork Marines. Worked in the aircraft industry. It was a lot of fun learning about different metals. We'll match our console here. We definitely won't finish her today, but maybe we bring her back another day. I'm sure Will would like to see her miniature one more day. What is this noise in the song? Like clicking. I may have to kill it. Are you trying to set up a monitor? We're gonna put a video game on it. I need to decide what video game it's gonna be. But she has a little Super Nintendo, so we're gonna pick a game to go with it. Yeah, we're gonna do some freehand. Trying to decide just what color the exterior would be. I know they're normally black, but that's very boring. And then I thought of the big wood panel, like, boxes they would be in. I just respawned after Son of Horse called me the D word. What do we playing? Hello. We're still here. We're just spawn camping at this point. Alright. That all smoothed out. Dies again, yep. Over and over. You have another hour of it. Yeah, I'm playing Nintendo and stuff. What's the problem, Will? You like Nintendo? Has anyone been watching Games Done Quick? The charity speedrunning here on Twitch. I've been watching kind of off and on. If I'm back here, I usually have it on. Anyone else been watching it? I love the little soda, isn't it cute? We're gonna do a Whataburger cup for it, Mouse Bait. Get our little orange stripies on it. So the Final Fantasy run last night. Say speed running your patience. Yeah, there's no other way to put it. Like, I hate it, and I feel like a bad like pet parent, but like I don't know what to do. My wits end with her. Runs crying back to audio only. Hey, I am watching. Welcome in. Is this a Twitch streamer figurine? We kind of have moved that way, yeah. So she is relaxing after a hard day of playing the board game with her video games. She's got a pizza box, and she has her little drink and Super Nintendo. So that's what we've got. How are you? We're still trying to figure out what game is going to go on it, but that's where we're at. Will, what did I just read? What did I just read? Yeah, aren't you an EMT or something? How are body parts freaking us out here? It is interesting to me, I'm not gonna lie. Donkey Kong, I feel like Mario is a really easy one to be recognizable. So I'm kind of leaning Mario, but we'll see. Jack Knight, welcome in. How are you today? Thank you, thank you. This is from Kingdom Death. So they do have, there's a board game, which is kind of a horror co-op board game. The best way I know to describe it is if you take Monster Hunter and Darkest Dungeon, and you smush them together. So basically, you go out and you fight these really awful-looking monsters, and you collect resources from them, and then you bring them back to your settlement. And you use the resources to upgrade the settlement, upgrade your survivors, so that you can go back out and fight more horrible monsters and do it all over again. So that's the core game. They also have models like this. They have a pinup line, where it is all of the characters from the core game. They give them cute little alternative sculpts. So this is, she's actually part of, she works under the Flower Witch, which is one of the expansions. So she actually is in the lore of the game, but then they give her a cute little pinup style miniature. So that's what we're working on today. Should mess with people, put a non-Nintendo game on it, like Sonic, she gotta go fight out. Just upset all the neckbeards. I'm so ready to smash, like, just bonk more of them. We've already had to throw a few children out of chat today. I can handle a few more. Will is a precious, delicate flower that can only grow in a hothouse, wilting when exposed to nature. I have a mecha suit I put on my brain when I go to work. It's just interesting to me, Will. It's just interesting. But it isn't the bonkening. You might have, yeah. We had a few. Alright, what do I want to work on? I feel like we need to start the pizza. I want to start the pizza. Paranoia, welcome in. How are you? You can fight horrible monster or a cutesy spider. There are spiders, yeah. There's that. We'll get these grays out for a little Super Nintendo. We'll get, having a color match pizza cheese. I guess we'll start with that. That's fine, thank you for the bits, I appreciate it. The food place good too, though. I'll take the food place, if you're not going to. I'll take it. Alright. Rip wasted my time. I think Cassie is incredibly attractive, but all other humans are not allowed in that part of my brain. Maybe I'm just a prude. I still think Demi. If I put my Ace Umbrella hat on, which I always have on, pretty sure that puts you firmly in Demi. I just think it's funny under the same hat as an ace. Like, it's just body parts. Being asexual is just like, alright, just part of your body. Cool. Whatever. We're so different about it, that's interesting to me. Alright, let's start some pizza. GW Webster actually posted an update about shipping delays due to the weather. That's good. That's good. I am glad when they are more transparent about some of that, because they got really weird about it during COVID. And I didn't really understand why. I'm glad they are transparent. Put a Sonic drive on the TV to extend bothering the nerds. What about characters that are animated and not human, like ship waifus? I mean, we know how Will feels about the ship waifus. You know what demisexual is? You are not sexually attracted to someone unless you have a emotional connection. Is what demi is. Oh, it's Old World. I am surprised. Oh, wait. First wave of Old World made to order. I don't know if that's all the same thing or two separate things. But let us take a look. Old World fans, you're up. Let's go see what we got. Okay, that was my question. If it's made to order only, or if it was Old World and made to order. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Window capture. All right. Your time is now, Old World. Yep, again. Here's your time again. First wave of Old World made to order. I'm just going to scroll on past. We've got Bretonnian Lord on Pegasus. Oh, let me back up. The following miniatures are all cast in metal. So before you get excited, they are in metal. The smattering of plastic horses where necessary will be available to order from 10 a.m. local time on Saturday the 27th on the made to order. They will only be available till 8 a.m. GMT on Monday the 5th of February. And your order may take up to 180 days to arrive. So there's your made to order. So there's Bretonnian Lord on Pegasus. I'm just going to do the slow scroll. We've got Bretonnian Lords and a Battle Standard Bearer on war horses. First released in 2004. Good doggo? No. Very bad doggo. We're working on it, though. We also got Bretonnian Paladins on foot. Look at these helmets. They're insane. I love this guy here. They're insane. And then, of course, we've got the, like, little dragon helmet. And the, I don't even know what that is. Helmet. We have Damsels of the Lady. These are the ones getting updated, right? Is this who's, like, supposed to be the one that's leaning like crazy? Is that who this is updating? We've also got Tomb Kings. One comes with a hand weapon and a shield. The other gestures imperiously as he brandishes a great weapon. Both were originally released, we think, in 2003. What do you mean, we think? Okay, I'm going to move on past that. We have the Lich Priest and Battle Standard Bearers. If you'd like to pick up those, made to order. Black Library, we have Zombie Slayer on audiobook. Bleeding Stars and Other Stories. Store Anniversary Exclusive Collection. This will be available at Games Workshop stores celebrating anniversary. Okay, so if you're interested in some short stories, check your store anniversary. Let's see, Battle Report, and they like to put these in all the wrong order. Battle Report have orchestrated a series of arena battles between the most powerful heroes, gods, and monsters of the mortal realms. The first part of Age of Sigmar. Lore Masters is Solar Auxilia, so if you like those Auxilia previews from the reveal this past week. And then Masterclass is How to Paint Horses. So the Old World new pony up for Masterclass. That's what we got, chat. What do we, who's gonna be made to ordering? Who wants some very old metal, we think? Question mark? Big Boss says I still have that standard somewhere. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat. I have to assume that don't think Imperialis will last more than 6 months before it just crumbles. I mean, it's a specialist game, right? Need more Space Marines. GW needs to only cater to me. I want to get Age of Sigmar eventually. I think it's more fun to paint and play at this point. My wallet is safe this week, which is good, because my orders from the last 2 weeks are still processing. I have the last made-to-order Bretonnian, the resin ones. It's funny. I do like the hats. If we could get updated hats, please. That would be great. Oh, this is the one, where the characters themselves are metal, but the horses are plastic. So that would be, if you are interested in made-to-order, make sure you check the materials. So some of them are a mix. I think GW's dragging their feet with Old World. Gonna made bank with some plastic kits from the Old World, so they went back to metal. I mean, it seems to be doing well. Warhammer World was packed yesterday with people with Old World release, so it's just not for me. Not for me. Oh, I'm sorry. I read your Mikey as Milky, and I'm like, who's Milky? Mikey, have a good day at work. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right. Well, with made to order all looked at, let's go back to some paint. Let's go back to our pretty lady. All right. For anyone who joined during the article, we're working on some Kingdom Death today. We have our Pinup Disciple of the Witch relaxing with her video games and her pizza box. I was actually about to start the pizza when the article went up, so let's do that. We've got a little pizza crust to paint. Milky Vengeance sounds like a horrible mess to clean up. I think they're making new plastic sculpts just outside the scope of Old World. I don't think people realize how much money it is to get new molds and things. I don't understand the hype. I don't get it. But that's fine. It's not for me. That's okay. I hope that people are enjoying Old World. I just don't understand it. But that's fine. I don't have to. What's that bucket next to the pizza supposed to be? I don't know. It's just little, like, balls of something. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Like, I don't know what food item to paint it as. Maybe they're, like, little Cheeto balls? I think that's what I'm gonna make them now that I think about it. Little cheese puffs? And now that I've said it, I want to make it. I was gonna say they look like little chocolate bonbon things, but I think I'm gonna make them Cheetos. Like if this is my self insert, they have to be Cheetos. All right, pizza cheese. You have to match pizza cheese. I do want to put a little bit of a shade at the bottom of this box, though. A little flat. Gonna make her Pete Gamer, yeah. I think it's gotta be Cheetos. It doesn't have any other chips, so I'm pretty sure it has to be. Pineapple on pizza is S-class tier pizza, yep. The only thing I've had better is chicken curry pizza you had in Ireland. That sounds amazing. I'm so on board for that. I think the pizza is going to be my regular order, which is pepperoni and pizza. And pineapple, sorry. Pepperoni and pizza? What am I saying? Shouldn't be allowed to talk. I need to be back playing Pal World. I can't handle anything else right now. Because he was taking the coffee so long? Oh. Look. I voted for her because I knew it would annoy Will. I didn't realize she was a swag-ass gamer girl. That's fair. There's many reasons to vote for Sub Sunday, and that is one of them. Yep. Have you been playing too, Fahrenheit? So good. Oh yeah, as soon as I'm off here, I figure out when we're playing today. They're probably already playing. That's probably why we don't see them in chat. The bigger thing is I have to figure out when I'm going to work out, if I'm going to be playing Power World again all day today. I still need to get my workouts in. I'm here! How you doing, Exalted? I was just teasing. Totally wouldn't blame you guys at all, because it's all I want to do. The other Power World human, yes. They have arrived. Hey, Warcrimer. Exalted was just firing penguins out of a rocket launcher yesterday. Basically, the highlight of my week was watching that happen. Yep. Yep. I remember having a taco pizza at a place once. Spicy but really good because of lettuce, tomatoes, seasoned beef with cheese. Yeah. Those, like, at a place are very good. Like, I know they do the It doesn't have the lettuce and stuff, but they'll have like the frozen ones. Those aren't as good, but at a place, pretty tasty. Let's do some freehand chat. This, for some reason, Celestial Gray's having a hard time covering. I need to do one more. You know how many neighbors that'll get mad? I do feel bad, but they also have a dog that barks. So I don't think they're mad, because they also have one. But we've got to get it under control. I'm mad about it, so. It's just... I've never had to train this in a dog, and it's very difficult. Yeah, they have a shepherd that likes to also bark, but I think they're probably understanding, but it's really distracting to just everyone. And I hate it, honestly. Like, it's pissing me off. Oh, sorry, pretty flexible. I can't go too late because work, yeah. I was gonna try and get on early in case you guys wanted to. I'm available after stream. Whenever you guys are ready, just let me know. I have another server just with Scott that we kind of mess around on too, so. Wee Napper, thank you so much for that prime. I appreciate that. For 2 months of support. Thank you, thank you. How are you today? I appreciate it. Thanks for hitting the button. Raylar says, alright, chat, give me energy hangover cure, please, so I can get up and actually be productive today. Get yourself a nice, greasy breakfast. That's what you need. Get some food in you. Well, that's what you need. Don't make me put you... Yeah, watch out, Will. You'll be the next one out of his bazooka. But he would only howl bark when he heard sirens. And say, Simon would bark when something like startled him. And that was about it. Simon was very quiet. Very, very chill. Sadie is not. Simon just really was the perfect boy. Sadie is a work in progress. And I'm away again! Enjoy! Thank you again for the support. Thank you to anyone who's lurking along today while we work on our pinup. This is a sub Sunday, so chat actually got to vote for this model. If you guys like voting for the models that we work on, the sub Sunday counter is right below my face. We're working toward another one. We can bring on more Kingdom Death. We could bring on some Malifaux. We could bring Bushido back. Maybe start a display project. I'm trying to decide if I'm up for that just yet. I've had more fun working on army stuff lately, but yeah, you guys like to see it? Oh, Seven, welcome back in. How are you? We're good here. What you up to today? Oh, I just realized I haven't done my big birthday purchase yet this year. I wonder what I want to get. Is that just like a treat yourself? Surprise, surprise, I'm doing a tattoo for mine. Surprise, surprise. Got a plant. GW's been canceling scalper orders for the news. I think I saw something on Twitter. Yeah, about that. But yeah, don't buy through scalpers. Or they'll just keep doing it. They do it because it works. So I'm usually pretty good about not getting one, but last night was a bit wild at the sports bar. One guy bought everyone $30 shots of some 1942 tequila, and I think that's what did me in? Probably. Oh, that's nuts. Dang, this bar down the street working out nicely for you, Ravenlord. Oh. You haven't had a hangover in 15 years? Yeah, well, I don't drink very much anymore. Has been a bit for me as well. I'll do a beer every now and then, but... No pre-order? Made to order pre-order. Welcome in, Seedecker. How are you? It's all made to order old world. Enjoy. That's it. Yeah, it was quick. We're done. I need another... Okay, if we're gonna do cheesy poops, where should our little bowl be? I'm gonna go ahead and start base coating our cheesy poofs. We'll do white so we can keep them nice and bright. I think what color that should be. I don't want to bring in too many extra colors, but need something for our cheesy poops. The way I look at it, I walked all the way back home through snow without falling, so it's a success. Well, I mean, you need the tequila to keep you nice and warm while you're getting home. It just works. Did you figure out what's holding up your coffee, Mouse Paint? What's happening? Did we forget putting water in the thing? Did we? Because I've done that before. You just walk off and you're like, wait a second. Where is my coffee? You went ultramarine? I have ultramarines. What is happening? How does it feel, Will? How does it feel to not know what's happening? I also don't know. I was gonna let chat sort itself out, if I'm honest. I realize if I wait long enough, chat figures it out. Alright, I think we're gonna do just the same base coat on the pizza, and then we'll start doing the cheese. Reaper, hello! The bot's not working. Sorry. You'll have to hype for yourself. I updated to Windows 11, and that's the one thing it looks like we lost along the way, is the bot. So I will have to figure that out. Apparently when you upgrade, it changes some of your file paths. So basically everything I had for stream in a folder, I had to reconnect when I updated. So we'll figure that out, though. It's not too bad. I just thought I got everything. The bot's the one we're missing. Let's do... No, not that. Sounds like a hype dance contingency. If you want a hype dance, go for it. Absolutely. You do what you need to do, Reaper. Little Mouse likes to do it differently, i.e. slower. That seems to be the trend that I see. Does he do like a fancy method? Or chatting's quite like my normal family discussion. Yeah, there's usually a couple conversations going on at the same time. Usually I'm pretty good about keeping up with both, but sometimes you guys, you lose me along the way. That's okay, though. As long as you guys are having a good time. I'm just here to paint pizza and a pretty lady, you know? Everything after that is... I want to add a character to the waitlist thing I sent you. Is that a problem? No, go for it. I sent it. Oh, it's not just part of my brain that sent in the request. Oh no, are you waiting on something for me? I thought I was caught up. If I've missed something, wasted mine, I will go back. I may have gotten confused. I can look though. But no, we can absolutely add stuff. You're designing a miniature. No. No. Here, I'll save you a few buttons. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. He refuses to steam the milk. We do on the stove. At the same time, oh, he makes the espresso. I see. That's okay, I get to do it. It's been the bloodiest stream we've had in a long time. Maybe I need to bring more pinups on so I can ban all the children. Been a bloody stream. Yes, more pinups. I got that next to what? You're missing in the bonkanin. Yeah. I'm just late every time, that's fine. It makes me happy to do it too. I just had to figure out how to do it from streamer view. Alright, we have pizza started. In our pizza box. He didn't say names. Redacted. That's right. Doesn't even matter. You just missed some loser in chat. Alright, we do need to pick a color for this bucket, though. I don't want to take away from the cheesy poops, is the hard part. I want the cheesy poofs to stand as the focus here. So I don't want to go too bright a color. Background room service, yeah. Alright, we're getting to when you start picking a game. We need our cheesy poops. We need a color for our... I'm really struggling to pick a color. This is unusual for me. Let's get our Whataburger stripes and then we'll decide. I said wait for food and I missed hammer time. It's all good. I too like throwing the hammer, so it's all good. We've had a lot of them today, Exalted. I'm sure what we got 40 minutes? You might still get to. You might still get to. The boy who doesn't shower. Welcome in. How are you? I'm meowdy to you. We are working on a Kingdom Death pinup today. So here is the full miniature. She is kicking back, relaxing with her pizza and video games after a long day of work. She's kind of in the awkward middle stage where we've got some highlights, some base coats. She's a little bit of mix of everything at the moment. Which is always kind of that awkward phase for miniatures, but we're getting there. What are you up to today? Why is my other son? Found him. Ooh. Also, no. No. Hey, please shower. Personal hygiene is important. Yes. Yes, yes, please. Before you enter chat, please make sure to shower. This is probably too bright to start, but we'll go ahead and get our striping. Oh, the Games Workshop oranges are kind of hard to work with, so we'll start with this, and then if we need to shade down, we sure can. Hey, Brushstroke, welcome in. How are you? 32PO, hello. This is from Kingdom Death. This is part of their pinups collection. I don't remember specifically which box, though. Welcome, welcome in. How are you today? Trying to get Whataburger stripes on our cup. So if I miss anything in chat, I'm sorry, but I have to concentrate on this little line. Let's see, I can't believe my local Warhammer store has already been open a year in March. I think I'm putting the manager's kid through college for the reason his wife got a new BMW. You know what? I'm glad someone is doing well with the store being there at all. Amazing. The chair is very purple. Yeah. I think I'm wondering if I have too much purple, honestly. Then maybe we should have done black on her outfit. But for now, I'm going to leave it. Whataburger? Not the old Taco Bell design? Now I'll go Whataburger for this. We've got our Whataburger, we've got our cheesy poofs, which I'll probably use the same crazy bright orange for. Turning into a coffee snob. Now I'm gently moistening beans for grinding to prevent static cleaner in the grinder. Coffee snobs are the worst, right, Bray? Don't do it. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. You got some steady hands? It's a lot of practice. Do you also work on miniatures? What have you got? I missed this. You take dirt baths, if that counts? You're like a chinchilla? would say if you want less purple, go for some magenta. I was thinking maybe the pillow we changed to a different color. But what's the command? The bot's not working, Mousebait. Yeah. I swapped to Windows 11 and that broke the bot. I'm glad that that's all that's broken, though. I was very, very afraid that there would be more issues with getting things moved over. I had to reconnect. I guess if any other streamers have to update, I had to basically change my file paths for a few things that I had in like a Twitch folder. Otherwise, everything else moved over just fine. I didn't have to redo microphone or anything like that. Thank God. Everything else moved. Alright, let's keep working on our little cup. Trying to figure. I know they don't have an orange straw, but I feel like it needs to be for this cup. Oops. Let's just go ahead and do orange. For funsies. I need Squid Slip, but for me, I just got purple magenta on the brain. It's a good workup. I use it for a lot of things. It's really fun. I was just counting on everything being purple, and it may be a little too much. But that's okay. I can always go back. I think part of it is once we get more of the freehand on, I can kind of get a feel for the other colors that we're adding to. It feels like a lot of purple because that's mostly what we've done. So as more of it fills out, it'll be a little easier. You put anything in Golden Demon? Probably not. Not interested in like working on anything. Oh wait, I already have orange. Let's get our very bright cheesy poops next. What about you? Is anyone else thinking about Golden Demon? Son of Horus? Got something. Are we pulling in? I'll check it out, but nah, I'm not interested. I would say display painting is not fun to me right now. Getting my my armies and stuff together is more fun and interesting to me. Well, I'm not even thinking about it. Not paying $60 and a model and not get to the second round. That's true. You would have to pay for the ticket and stuff then too. I didn't even think that far ahead because I knew I didn't want to. Eventually, I'll want to do display stuff again, but not right now. Argello, hello. How are you today? I think of you when I do my Japanese practice, because Ohio comes up a lot. Ohio. I'm still doing the Busu app, and I'm really enjoying it, in case anyone else is doing language learning with the new year. I really like the new app. How's your weekend going? Oh, I'm gonna be working on the Chaos Knights again tomorrow. I'm very excited. I got Delta ready. We got all airbrushed up the other day. It's time. It's time. Ooh, we're on to the small stuff. I need to get the big ones together because Scott is magnetizing the wastes, so I've kind of set them aside until they're done. Yeah, I'm on to the little ones now. Yeah, what are you up to? What you got? So I'm putting the Get Off the Road Lord of the Rings diorama in. I didn't even start it last year. Plus, I assume there's going to be a fair few of those in case I don't want to do the thing everyone else is entering to. There will probably be, yeah. The thing is just made for Golden Demon. Probably a good bet that there will be a lot of theirs, though. Focus on getting my Warhammer Underworld kits done. I have so many that are clogging up your website. Yeah, I think I'm definitely in that boat where it's like, I could work on a display piece that takes, God, 50 plus hours. Or I could get my army together And right now, the army is way more fun to me, so that's what I've been doing. The display spending months on the same miniature just sounds like a special kind of hell right now. I have a diorama I'm working on, but I won't be ready this year. Maybe next year. I think that's a good way to do it. Greedy, thank you so much for that sub. For 61 months of support. How are you today? Welcome, welcome in. What you up to? Yeah, sorry, Mousebait. I'm gonna try and have something like, maybe not our permanent bot, but something up for tomorrow. For like the main stuff. I'm gonna advertise wings during Nikki's stream. At least make sure the wings are good. Are they not good? I haven't been to Popeyes in a while. Because I finally tried that spicy chicken sandwich, and I didn't think it was that great. And I haven't been to Popeyes since. It was just drowning in the sauce. I don't get it. Okay, getting ready for football. Let's go. I'll be honest, I've not been following the football, but I hope your sports team does the thing. Go sports ball. Thank you, Mousebait, for the hype. I like it. Show that bot a thing or two about hype. I was also considering putting an Invader Kenobi Shatterpoint diorama in the AMG competition, but I haven't even seen them announce something for that, just the worthy. Oh, for that. That's the Crisis Protocol, right? Alright, there's our little Whataburger cup. We got our cheesy poofs. I feel like we do need another brighter color for the cheesy poofs. Maybe blue? Because we'll have blue on the Domino's box. Maybe we do blue. Doing something in Resident Beast will be remotely competitive, but I thought it'd be cool still. I think working on something you want to work on goes a long, long way. And that you'll surprise yourself. Yeah, let's do a break. Blue bowl. How did you get started with painting in Warhammer? Yeah, so that is actually AV6 Scott in the chat. It's his fault. We were dating at the time. And when I came over, he had old fantasy dwarves out on his desk. So I asked about them. I asked like what it was, what he does with them. And he kind of explained that he paints them and that there's a game around it. So then I went to the game store and he helped me pick out some minis. And we've both been hooked since then. I think their judges actually give feedback. Yeah, feedback is good. Unlike, yeah, you're not going to get it from Golden Demon. Hey, just some guy, this is not a Warhammer model. This is Kingdom Death. So here is the full model for anyone coming in. I've got her in sub-assemblies for painting. This is the Disciple of the Witch. She is in the larger painter's scale. But she is relaxing with her pizza and video games. She's got like a little Super Nintendo over here. I'm just working through it. How are you, just some guy? What's you up to this weekend? Since the Packers lost last night, I'm moving on from football from now. Moving on. 19 days until pitchers and catchers report for spring training. That is kind of the nice part, is once one sport is kind of done, you can move on to next one. It's a very bright blue, and I think that'll be okay. She's even looking at the screen. She's that good. That's what you call a pro gamer move right there. From all the hobby streams I'm around, I'm hearing the only competition I'd consider entering is Reaper, because they give good feedback. You don't want to, you're good. A judge with a subpoena to get feedback. Normally, yes. I will say last year, several people were not able to talk to their judges, and it made us a little upset. I think last year was a little rough. I'm not as excited about it as I used to be. The chances are much better, yes, that you will actually get feedback. I also like... Oh, we got blue on our Juicy Puff. Dang it. Okay, we'll have to fix it later. That's fine. Well, but here's the thing, Will, is you're not judged against other people, you're judged against a rubric, which is very nice. So you're not judged against all of the other people. So the nice part is you do get the rubric, and you can see how they scored you, and like what you can improve. And you do have a better chance of talking to the judges. I would say if you really want to talk about it to a judge, make sure you've got like time, you're not having to leave that night. Because it does take some tracking down. And I don't know if people left that feedback from last year, but like Scott and Bill both, I don't think got to talk to their judges. Or got to talk to all of them. They said they'd be available, and then they were nowhere to be found. So, I don't know. I do like the system better, though, that Reaper has. I like that it's to a rubric, you get to see your score, all of that. All of that's great. But I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just the last couple years. I wish it was a little easier to get to the judges, to get the feedback. Like, I feel like once they announce it, like, stay at your little table. Yeah, available if you can find us. If you can find your judge, then. I have an important question as a New Yorker. Oh, what is on the pizza? Right now it's just cheese. But my favorite is pepperoni pineapple, and that's what she's gonna get. So that's what we're gonna do. Because we're doing a little bit of a self-insert here. As in, it's my snacks and stuff that I like. This is alter ego streamer Nikki relaxing with her video games. 2 years in a row they had issues saying which judges judge which category. 2 of the ones that judge mine weren't even in the next morning to talk to. Yeah, there's... Like, I get it, right? I'll come back to that thought. Varl, thank you so much for that sub for 51 months of support. Thank you, thank you. It feels like I've resubbed like 8 times the past 4 weeks. Twitch, stop it. Especially if you've ever gone up to tier 2 or tier 3, the anniversaries get a little goofy. How are you? What you up to this weekend? We are working on our pinup model for Sub Sunday. Not gonna finish. We've still got a long way to go, but we've made some good progress. And add a little bit of a golden yellow glaze to our cheese. The best part is it kind of looks like grease as I put it onto the pizza, so I think we're in just the right spot. That's just a little bit of a golden yellow. Pineapple top tier. Hammer it ready. That's right, bro. So how are you? I love pineapple. The one I tried that Live and Madness suggested was the pineapple, the pepperoni, and then some bacon. So good. You've not tried the bacon with it, bro, so can recommend. What are you up to today? You know what? I'ma go paint. Let's go, Will. Let's go. Process, I went to the store and a perfect sheet of hockey ice this morning. Oh gosh, I'm glad you're back. Off the ice. Hope everything went okay. It is scary when everything ices over like that. I put my Deathwatch Army in a star painting comp, but got dock points because I don't highlight. Prefer to dry brush silver on the black arm, make it look scratched. The thing I can say about Games Workshop painting competitions in general is you're judged on the GW style too, which I very much don't like. So, it's very much your edge highlights, your heavy metal style, if you're not doing that, you're gonna have a hard time. So I will say that. And that's why you see some of those like box artists not coming away with things, is it's not GW style. Bacon and pineapple, it's so good. Not even Nikki's up to date. Secrets. It's pepperoni time. GW refuses to provide their rubric. Yep. So if you're looking for like a guide for how to get better at their competitions, a lot of guesswork. All good. Try not to think about, oh, house move in 3 days. I saw you talking about it, but I wasn't sure when all that was happening. Okay, so very soon then. I hope it goes well. And college work. That's a lot all on top of each other. But you got this, bro, so I believe. I believe. That's a lot going on, though, for sure. Paint more better, yeah. Just paint better. Because I did paint better than the heavy metal team, yeah. Just do that and you'll win. The people we specifically trained on our style paint better than that. But yeah, if you're doing Games Workshop painting competitions, it is very much based on their style. I don't know if that's like one more little blob in the box. And I guess it's a crust. I'm going to paint it as a pizza crust. Even though there is a separate crust. Where did the color I was using go? I think GW can be annoying at times. There's a reason why Warhammer is still popular 4 years later. No signs of slowing down. They hold their IP very close to the chest and protect it. Yeah, it's just, if you're someone who's a painter first, trying to go for Golden Demon, you just have to keep it in mind that they're going to be painting to that, or judging to that rubric. Which isn't always what you want to do. Just part of it. Rogue Wolf, welcome in. How are you? That's kind of boring. Yeah. Shouldn't art comp celebrate creativity? Agreed. Big ol' agree. Which is why I don't really put a lot of effort into Golden Demon. That's why you don't see me rushing to get something ready for it. Now, if I have something I'm proud of and I think it would do well, then sure. Going out of my way for it? No. No. I miss Crystal Brush, and I really hate how it was run, because it just basically became a popularity vote. But I miss the type of miniatures you would see at Crystal Brush. So you would get the very insane, like, display style miniatures. You would get the very artistic, different styles. I miss Crystal Brush quite a bit. But I wish it was run better. Is it a jalapeno? I wish it was shaped more like a pepper. It's just a little oval plop. I like the idea of it being a pepper, though. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Or like the little banana peppers that they put in there. Pepperoncinis. Finish the Warhound, calling it done for now. Trying to find my next project? I can imagine trying to pick a next project after a Warhound is pretty difficult. How do we feel about the Warhound now that it's all together? Those big projects, do we feel like it was worth it? I don't like my arrangement of pepperonis. I'm gonna come back on that. Trying to be a little bit more random. Yeah, the pepperoncinis. They're very good. I've got page called Unicorn Squig Challenge for Golden Demon. Do squig models up there to get them kicked out. I don't know why you'd be kicked out unless you're have something inappropriate. I'll come back to it later because I have some fall things to do to it. But for now, it's done. Time to get it on the table. Yes. Do you have a big game all lined up? Come on, brush. Yeah, Reaper, we kind of figured out there's no way you'd actually get a whole pizza in here. But that's okay. It's giving me room to actually paint something on the pizza. Take it. Put these pepperoni close together. And then we'll fill in with pineapple. If my brush will cooperate here. Come on. Look at that. I like a pizza. Tell me about Powell. I'm sure you've spoken at length about it, but I imagine the chaos is glorious. It is indeed. I watched Exalted fire a penguin out of a bazooka yesterday. That was basically the highlight of my year. We have like a fully automated base, which is pretty great. We're working on a second one, which now has like defensive walls and stuff. So it's time to start putting like sandbags, the machine gun like nests, all of that in. You had exactly. That's how I sell this game. I have it's in the video game thread if you want to see it. But I have this giant like poof ball cat thing that I made a saddle for and I can ride around on. He's glorious. He has a mustache. What else can I say about It's Pokemon with guns, and it's the best thing. It's basically Pokemon Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna say Elden Ring because there are locations that are like straight up out of Elden Ring. But like the gameplay is not Elden Ring. It's just the mashup we didn't know we needed, but we really did. It's a better Pokemon game than Pokemon, Rosso. I don't even play a lot of survival games, and it's all I want to do is play this game. Why is no one setting up facial hair? I know. Well, it's just for the cat, but still. He's very cute. But it's in the video game thread if you want to see him. I love him. I love him. Sheep with guns, yeah. Can you play Power World Solo? You can. Yep. You can. You do have friends. Sly. But you can. If you've played other survival games, you also have the options to like make the server as easy or as hard as you want, which is nice. Especially if you're maybe worried about playing solo, you can kind of mess with it however you want to put it. Like I've got a server with like XP turned up a little bit because I've already done the beginning part several times. So I can kind of catch up to where I am in the other servers I've played on. But yeah, it's pretty fun. Pretty fun. I actually don't, but it's okay. Either way, you can play solo, yeah. You sure can. It's on Steam and Xbox, and we're playing on Game Pass. I have heard the Steam's a little ahead as far as updates and things, so if you're worried about that, Steam may be worth it. I'm already playing for Game Pass, so I don't want to pay for it again. Everything's already too expensive, so I'll just stay there. I've committed so many. So going back to that, we got a thing you build in the base. It's like a monitoring station, and you can basically tell them how hard to work. And we set it to like brutal just to see what would happen. So like work as fast as you can. It took them 4 minutes ish for them to just be like no and like get depressed and just go to bed. Yep. Yep. 4 minutes, and they're just like, It was fantastic. We had like a full on. They just refused to work after 4 minutes. It was amazing. They down tooled so fast, yeah. It was so good. So yeah, we're working on it. Buzz those unions, that's right. That's far more real than I was expecting. It's pretty funny. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Yeah, we had to scale it back so they'd actually like, get back to work. Not so they'd be okay, but so they'd go back to work, you know. Alright, level 21, so we start getting firearms. I have the... oh, for yourself. We have the ones that the pals have so far. I think I am a little behind the others on the server, so they might be getting close, but I got a few more levels before I can get mine. I think I stopped at 15? Just give them a pizza day, yeah. Pizza party, little pals. Very, very corporate of you. Very, very corporate of you. Alright, we've got cheesy poof started. We've got pizza started. We still need to pick what game she's gonna be playing. Is she really not looking at it? Hold on. She's still looking at it. She's a little off to the side. You can still see the screen. You know, you gotta look around certain things. There are certain things in the way of her game, so she's gotta turn a little bit, you know. Liam, hello, how are you? But it's nice. Nikki does all the exploring. Slam makes this perfect farm box and putting the path of rocket launchers. We all have our thing, and it's nice. You came in at the right time. We're again talking about Pal World because it's literally all I want to do. What you up to? Oh, here's here's what I got, Slam. Here's her little cushion. We're rocking on the pizza. We decided to go with Cheeto Puffs. We have a Whataburger cup. And then I need to find something for her little Super Nintendo play. I haven't decided quite yet. But we're getting there. And then she still needs quite a bit of work. I got distracted by, just like IRL, I got distracted by food. So she's still coming along. I'm out this evening with some peeps, and I also kind of just want to power so bad as it. We had D&D yesterday, and my friend Joe came over, and like we both looked at each other as like, we'd both rather be playing Pal World right now. I'm joking about you guys capturing a god in a Pokeball, having bases all over the map. Yeah, D&D was funny yesterday. We just both walked in and we're like, we'd rather be playing Pal World. Tomorrow, I need to finish my little Palisade Town. It was looking so good. I got a serious amount of stuff done. Pretty crazy coming back to base and it's just like, it's all up. Let's 90% of Stardew. Join me, Nick Cake. I wish I could get into Stardew. I wish I could. The beginning of that game is... I was about to say, that and Starfield are up there for me. It's the most boring beginnings of games I've ever played. This tasteful model also looks great. It's been a very bloody stream, Slam. You've, if you like being able to bonk people in chat, I've missed a few. It's been a very bloody stream, which amuses me greatly. Oh, jeez. Well, alright then. We need to bring more pinups so I can continue bonking the chat. Her DoorDash driver's busy making all this. That's true. She's got stuff from everywhere. Every fast food. Hear me out. Next time you go play Power World, I'll play D&D for you. Perfect. Perfect. Did you get to hear my recap, Will? I don't remember if you were on fire from the mini or not. I got to do one-on-one combat for the first time. And I won. You've downloaded it? You'll give it a spin? It's pretty silly, and I hope you love it. It's all I want to do. One-on-one combat. I got to fight a werewolf, Will. So we wanted the werewolves to help us against Strahd. But the werewolves had some infighting. So to get the werewolves on my side, we challenged the leader to one-on-one, and I won. So I became the werewolf queen. It was great. Yeah, I also got bit, so I will actually be a werewolf queen at some point. I don't know exactly what all that entails for me, but... And no one tell me. I know some of the details, but not all of the details. But yeah, I'm gonna be a werewolf queen. She always forgets to pick up the spleen. I just leave them for you. I know you like that. I just leave them for you. I'm trying to be helpful. I'm helping. That's so cool. It was pretty neat. That was the first time I've gotten to do it. It's always so epic in D&D. So it's always like the rest of your party watching you. It was also to the death, which scared me. But it had to be unarmored, because the werewolves are unarmored. And I was the best to do that as a rogue. Plus, uncanny dodge saved my butt. All hail werewolf queen Nikki. Enjoy your fluffy harem. I sure do. So when the time comes, I'll have some sick-ass werewolves to take on Strahd with. In some way. I don't know how, but... I will woo to the sky, and they will come help me as they can. Power World is now going up my list. As we convert everyone to Power World, I kind of want to do a Power World stream. I don't know who's available or would be interested in that, but I kind of want to do one. Live Madness, hello! You made it for the very end. How are you, friend? I will show you the full mini here in a second. I want to get this eyeball painted. What you up to? You'll be around? Okay. I wasn't sure with work things. I kind of want to do one, though. Alright, now we're looking creepy. Love that. Love that for us. I will throw things from the sideline. Penguins, I'm assuming. Throwing penguins from the sideline. Those inundations on the base for her big old butt. That is her butt groove, yep. So, here is where she sits. She's kicked back, relaxing. We decided to go with cheesy poofs. We have pizza. We have a Whataburger cup. And then we have a Super Nintendo that we need to pick a game for. So we haven't started that, but we'll freehand a game onto the screen. Right? This is after a long day of work. She kicks back with her snacks and her video game. Your D&D IRL overcall. It's IRL. Yeah. Hey, Eclectic Camel, welcome in. How are you? Here goes. Enjoy, Sly. Enjoy. Gotta wait to buy new games, though. Darn payday. It is on Game Pass, if you wanted to check out Game Pass. You realize it's going to take up the time I was going to use to paint. I mean, you've got the schedule. If you got time for some Power World, I say we take it. You got the schedule. There is nothing respectful about my glare right now. And zero regrets. All good. All good. Just don't make me bonk you too. If I have to bonk a mod out of this stream, that would be impressive, but it's already been bloody. But I'll do it. Do it again. After stream, Nikki will be kicking back with video game and snacks. Yep, it's just the whole day, just summed up in miniature form. Right here. I'm gonna have to do a lot more split squats if I have any hope of looking more like her, though. It's gonna take a lot more squats. I did not have Werewolf Queen Nikki on my bingo card, but here we are. It's been a pretty good weekend, yeah. Between Power World and Werewolf Queen. It's a pretty good weekend. Not gonna lie. This is just the start of the year. Yeah, yeah. I'll ban myself again preemptively. Just in casey. Alright, we got eyeballs. Got one more eyeball. I kinda wanna make this eyeball watching the game that she's playing. Let's do that. There. Down with the mods! Let anarchy reign! What if we made Noob a mod? We'll get Noob and William and I have some extra rolls from Wrath the Kings I don't need. Interested? Oh, Wolf Queen? I am good, thank you though. I have enough stuff that I'm already not painting. I migrate over to Steam for Power just because we can host a server to allow tinkering when peeps are offline. I don't... Maybe I'm cheap. I don't want to have to pay for it again. I think it's silly. But, like, if everyone moves, like, I don't have a choice. But, I'd rather stay, but... Because I think it's silly to pay for something again. But if everyone else moves, then I don't have a choice. These class turn the food cake into another cake. That's right, it's a lot of work. Lots and lots of work. Could do intro stuff, but explain it to everyone. Could. I mean, if it's content. Also, I've got, I don't know, I'll think about it. I just feel silly paying for something again, when I can already play it. Go do online training for work. Oh, I'm sorry. What are the circles on those? Are the eye? What are you asking? Oh, on the chair? It's just, so the model itself, like the one for the game, she has them on her hat and in the cloak. Yeah. So they are for the pinup. They are part of it as well. But with those eyes done, it is time. It's time to wrap up and get some, Oh, he is, isn't he? Dang it. I meant to have it look like he was watching the game, but he is definitely looking at other things. That's fine. I think I'm gonna keep it. The intent was him to watch the screen. I need to smush it that way. Oh well. We'll do that later. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. We will be back tomorrow. The bot's not working. Sorry, Slam. I see you trying. When we updated to Windows 11, it broke some file paths, is what happened. That's the one thing, though. Everything else worked, so I'm happy with it. So I think we're just going to wrap up here because I can't do, like, a full wrap-up. We will be back tomorrow, though, with Chaos Nights. We have these small Chaos Nights that we're going to start tomorrow. So we're going to do Delta, if you know the Overlord, the anime Overlord. The character Delta is tomorrow, so we'll have some orange, some camo to do, all of that stuff. We'll translate that over to a night. So make sure you follow for tomorrow. We'll be back. Yeah, normally I would say follow me on socials or Discord. They are down below the stream. If you're on PC, you can get it there. So check that out. Thank you, everyone, for coming to spend some time on Sunday. I hope you guys enjoyed the model that you guys picked out. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.